Welcome to the Smark Foundation podcast. I'm Aaron. This is Adam.
Oh, hi, Marks.
And we are here to cover the best in AEW and associated indie wrestling for the past week because there was a lot of cool wrestling things, and a lot of maybe not so cool wrestling things. And that's where we're going to
Yeah.
start today, kids, because Roger Jackson can eat my ass. And I'm going to say that out loud. And if he has a problem with that, he can come see me. All right.
Yeah. What a jerk.
Yeah. Oh,
If for the uninitiated, it broke, what was it, a little less than a week ago.
maybe, yeah, a
There
little
was,
less than a week, I think, since the last podcast. Yeah.
yeah, I found out about this from somebody somebody at work. I
Oh,
didn't even find out this from somebody on the internet. This was somebody who's like just like not even like a big wrestling fan. Like he was a fan back in the Attitude Era, but hasn't really caught up with any of the current stuff from anybody. And he told me about it. So, but to catch up those uninitiated, uh, Quentin Rampage Jackson's son, Raja Jackson, who is a burgeoning MMA fighter in his own right, uh, worked was hired to do a one shot and work an angle on some indie scene with a talent named Psycho Stu,
okay. The company was called Knox Pro Wrestling.
Knox Pro
They're
Wrestling.
apparently owned by Rikishi.
They were being the operative word here, uh a WWE ID affiliated,
Oh yeah, word. They
uh
got stripped of that real quick after this
yeah,
incident.
affiliated
Deservedly so.
indie.
Yeah.
I'm not sure on all the details. It seemed like there seemed to be some miscommunication or most likely some carny garbage that happened in terms of what was supposed to happen with this angle they were going to shoot. But Psycho Stu, I believe it was after his match. I think he called, if I'm not mistaken, he called out Roger Jackson, who slammed him, took a body slammed him, um, knocked him out in the process, and then proceeded to land anywhere from between a dozen and 20 real shoot punches on the unconscious Psycho Stu while he was, not protecting himself because he was unconscious in full guard. So,
Yeah.
like,
I stopped
yeah,
counting and looked away at like 17,
yeah,
which is ridiculous.
it was absolutely awful. Everybody, I don't know exactly what happened, and I doubt we ever really will because carnies are going to carny.
Well,
But
unfortunately, we do know exactly what happened. And see, here's the
oh, do
thing.
we?
Yeah, because
Oh, see,
the
I'm getting
whole
his
time,
updates now too.
here's the crazy thing. Okay. The whole time, Raja Jackson's little assistant guy was streaming this shit. From the time he arrived at the venue until the incident, they were streaming from behind Raja Jackson to kick.
Okay.
And so they stream for like 2.5 or 3 hours. And there is a wrestler whose name I cannot remember off the top of my head. So there was an initial incident, I guess, at the door. That I didn't see this part of the video, but there's an initial incident at the door before the show, which I guess is where they were going to create heat. But Psycho Stu hit him with like a from what I understand, like a Coke can or something. Not something
Oh,
that's going to hurt you unless it was full, which I don't see
right.
why it would have been. If it had stuff in it, maybe to add some effect, but it
Yeah.
probably wasn't like a full closed can. You know, Stu
Yeah.
was
Getting
probably not trying to injure him. He was probably just trying to create conflict and tension and heat in front of the fans. Because as I understand, this was at the front door before the show.
okay.
In between, now apparently he was there to work this small angle, so we kind of knew what was going to happen at the end. But in between all of that, some wrestler whose name I can't remember is getting with Raja and kind of explaining to him what a receipt is, and then encouraging him to give Psycho Stu a receipt, which turned into something like 20 plus receipts. And
Uh,
way, 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 way worse than anything that was possibly done to him. If he was hit like that before the show, he wouldn't have made it in the front door to continue attending the show.
yeah. Yeah. No kidding.
That's not, first of all, the wrestler whose name I can't remember, fuck you. That is not a receipt.
No.
What happened there was not a receipt. And as I understand, he's been on interviews since then explaining that this was a receipt. No, it fucking wasn't.
No,
No, it was not.
no. It was receipts are commensurate to the crime. They
Yeah,
are relatively equal.
a hard slap at worst in this case
Yeah, just
would
to
have
remind you
sufficed.
that, yeah, I'm not going to take that from you
Mhm.
again. It's like, okay, yeah, you know what? Fine, fair enough.
But 20 plus
A
headshots on an
receipt is a
unconscious
receipt is to
individual.
get across the message, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
That's what
So
it's for.
this, yeah, him doing this, inexcusable. Inexcusable. There are many, many legitimate MMA competitors in the wrestling space. So um I don't like to mention it. You guys know I don't like to mention it, but here's my solution. All right. Are y'all ready for this one? Here's my solution. Some indie book this asshole with Jake Hager. I hear he's free. Also a wonderful MMA fighter and a all-American wrestler, in case anybody doesn't know. Or, I mean, Tony could give him 10 minutes on TV with Bobby, or
No,
Trips
we
could
don't
give
want
him,
AEW to get the reputation of harboring snuff films.
or 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 Trips could give him 10 minutes with Brock. I find any of those options to be acceptable.
Yeah.
I find any of those options. The fourth option, Rampage act like a fucking dad and beat your kid.
Well, he has gone on record saying that he absolutely disavows the actions
That
and
the
that he,
actions, yeah, okay,
yeah,
and to his credit, cool,
yeah,
cool. But yeah, take your kid to the woodshed.
yeah. I'm not
He's still young
usually
enough. You could take him to the woodshed. Let's
I
let's go
I'm
ahead and do that.
I'm not usually of the opinion that that's something you should do to your kids, but his kid's a grown man, so
Mhm.
a grown man needs to be taught a lesson by somebody. So
Yeah, and in martial arts, it tends to be the person who taught you, and
yeah,
guaranteed his main teacher's dad.
yeah.
So get after it, pops.
And
As you know,
just because he's mostly known for, streaming video games lately doesn't mean he doesn't still have it to power bomb motherfucker.
no, dude,
So
I'm sure he's still as dangerous as ever. So
yeah,
yeah, I'm not crossing the man. In fact, I saw the video where he was talking to TMZ or whoever and doing the disavowing, and he still looks built like a brick shit house. So I'm not fighting him.
yeah,
Um, Raja, if you want to go after a guy, if you want to go after a guy in the ring who wasn't paying attention and thought this was a work, I mean, I'm twice
Ugh.
your age. All I have left is experience and treachery. I'll dig your eyes out. Let's go. I'll fight you for charity, but I'll give you
Yeah.
your fucking receipt that you deserve.
Yeah.
Like I'm I'm
So
I'm legitimately pissed about this. And I'm not just pissed at him. I'm pissed at Knox Pro for allowing this situation to happen. I'm pissed at the other wrestler who encouraged this receipt. I'm pissed off that there weren't more people from the back interfering in this and stopping it way before where they finally did stop it.
yeah.
Because it's very obvious from like the jump that it's not a work. He picked him up by the back of his knees off of the ground and legitimately slammed him like you do in
Yeah.
MMA. And then he climbed on top of him and started raining blows down. And you could tell immediately that they were not fake, just by the sound of them. And
Yeah.
so the fact that it took them so long to get out there and do something about it, the fact that it was allowed to happen in the first place, the fact that a wrestler themselves encouraged this to happen,
Yeah. Just
it's really
very
disgusting.
it's disgusting, it's disappointing, it's scary as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Like ugh, I don't know. I just
Yeah. Needless to
it
say, I feel like WWE cutting the ID tie from Knox Pro is probably deserved.
yeah.
And because that's WWE saying, hey, if you can't protect your own wrestlers, we're not sending ours down there.
Yeah.
It's that simple. And anybody who's on that roster who's on WWE ID contract personally
Yeah.
is now not on that roster. They can't be.
Yep.
So I don't know who they've all lost just with that one stroke of a pen, but
I don't know.
they deserve every bit of it, to be honest with you. I hope Psycho Stu has a speedy recovery and finds a better place to work
Yeah, if he can even work
if he can ever work
anymore.
again. Well,
Yeah.
actually, if he can't
Didn't
work
he
in the
like
ring,
just
I
come out
hope.
of the didn't he like just come out of the coma like today?
I think he's awake and talking. I'm not sure though.
Yeah.
And I don't want to speculate on anything with regarding his health. But I will say that like I hope that if he can't wrestle again, he can at least find a place where he can work in wrestling, doing something.
Yeah.
As I understand, he's a really great dude, and this is like a fucking travesty. I mean, it is, but just how good of a person he apparently is makes it even worse. Um, so I hope he gets better, but this is protect your fucking wrestlers, okay? Stop inviting idiots from outside the business into the ring. If you want to, apparently he was there because they were trying to close some kick deal with his dad
Yeah. If
between.
you're gonna do that, if you're gonna do that, at least fully smarten somebody up and give them very, very limited, specific instructions.
And then
Don't
you
give
stick
them
a
any
fucking
wiggle
shooter to
room.
their hip too.
Yeah.
You stick a
Yeah.
shooter to their hip. That's why every
Yep.
time we've seen a celebrity on WWE or something, they've been paired up with somebody like Bob Holly or something like that. Because yeah, we're gonna tell you what to do, and if you step out of line, that guy is gonna knock you the fuck out.
Yep.
So, and if it's somebody who can overcome that said person, don't invite them in the ring.
No.
If you want to do
God,
business
no.
with these people, just do business with them. You don't have to involve them in the show. Don't invite them in the fucking ring. Like,
Yeah.
don't do that because shit like this happens. And
Not everyone is gonna respect it like uh Mr. Hauser there,
yeah, like him or
who like absolutely nailed it on Death Before Dishonor.
I am.
Crushed it. Crushed it.
So we're gonna say just that, like that match did change my opinion of him quite a bit as far as like
I
being
did a
in the
little bit more
business or
research. This
outside the
isn't
business.
he's like doing indies, like random indies and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Like he's
I
taking
can't
this seriously.
look. I can't be mad at how he's doing it. Okay, like that's
Yeah.
why I'm saying this. Like, yes, he may have used his celebrity to get up a little higher. Like, maybe if he was anybody else, he wouldn't have been debuting in like a hardcore match with QT Marshall on fucking ROH. But is he doing it? Is he doing it the way like anybody? Like, he's going out and working the random indies and shit? Like,
Yeah.
just
This
like
is a
any of
guy
us
with an
would do.
Emmy.
Yeah, he's got a fucking Emmy. Yeah, first of all,
He was in the new
this
he was in the new
business,
Naked Gun movie just recently.
getting
Like,
into this business is akin to like getting into a motorcycle gang. You get punished for
yeah.
years in some cases. You get punished to get into this business. Even as a referee, I did fucking throw up workouts and shit just to get into this business, Like it just I trained with the wrestlers to become a referee. So, I've done everything y'all have done.
Yeah.
And like he doesn't have to do any of this. That's the craziest part about like him and
Yeah.
like people like him and David Arquette, like they're so good at this, and you don't have to do it. Like, why? Why? Like, first of all, the only thing that I think David Arquette shouldn't have done that he has done in wrestling is get in the ring with fucking Nick Gage. But guess what? I don't think anybody should get in the ring with Nick Gage.
No,
So,
I'm not. Like
yeah.
I friend of the show, George knows Nick Cage, loves Nick Cage, knows him personally. Nick has made his mistakes for sure. In fact, we may talk about that later tonight. In fact, later on in the show. But like, yeah,
I
I
know
wouldn't want to
exactly
get in
what
the
you're
ring with
talking
him.
about too.
I wouldn't
But
want to
it
get in the
looks
ring with
funny.
him. I wouldn't
Yeah.
want to get in the ring with him. No way.
No, I wouldn't get in the ring with him. You couldn't pay me enough to get in the ring with that man. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
You'd have to pay me way more than you'd be paying him. Let's just say that.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. And I'd have to have permission to like kill him if I thought he was going to try to kill me. And
Yeah.
that's a lot to lay on somebody. You ain't getting me anywhere. I won't even referee a match with Nick Gage in it. Sorry, guys. Don't book me for that shit.
Little dangerous.
I won't do it. So,
But
but yeah,
with that
protect your
out of the way,
people.
yeah.
Um, protect your fucking people. Don't invite people who aren't serious about this business into the ring. Don't invite people into the ring. Like, just don't do that. Like, it's for somebody like Paul Walter Hauser, it's different because he's been training and shit, you know. But like this guy, like as far as I know, not a day of wrestling training. Didn't know, you know. Ask them what kayfabe means. If they can't answer, don't put them in a damn ring.
Yeah.
Because at least
Ugh.
if they haven't been in the ring before, they can and then they can't answer that question. They're a fan who has smartened themselves up enough to know what's going on here,
Yeah.
to know what is happening, like, and to be respectful and excited about it. But like this guy obviously didn't know what the hell was happening. He let his freaking balls override his better sense. And now he's in
Yeah.
fucking trouble for trying to kill someone. And
Yeah. For
is just
for
another
real.
example of why what I'm saying is relevant. Like, don't fucking invite people into the ring.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Stop letting these fucking chuds in the ring.
That being said, let's talk about a whole bunch of people who do belong in the ring.
Damn right they do.
AEW Dynamite kicked off the Philadelphia residency in the 2300 Arena, formerly known as the ECW Arena. And that place is a shithole. Uh, but they made it look as good as they
They
could
made it
on
look as good as
TV.
it looks better on AEW than it ever looked on ECW.
Oh, for
Although
sure.
you can tell 100% it's the same fucking arena.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Tony Khan has decorated it kind of like ECW, I
Hmm.
guess. And I guess maybe now the ECW setup makes more sense to me because I don't think Tony Khan did that on purpose. It might just be how they have to do it.
It may
Um,
be from a structural standpoint, but it may also be from a, I mean, I don't know.
in this case, it could be a
I've never
nostalgia
been
standpoint.
in the building. I
Yeah.
have had friends who have gone and have confirmed every bad thing that I've ever heard about it.
Now,
Uh,
what I can say is it's
but
like the first set
you
of
know,
shows in this building in like 30 years where everybody's for sure getting paid.
yeah.
Um,
Well, no. I'm pretty sure they paid the NXT guys when they were there a few months ago.
oh, well, I mean, they
I
even count
mean,
anymore. Um,
I mean, I guarantee you
okay.
that those NXT guys weren't getting paid as much as the AEW guys,
Well,
though.
now I know the IATSE guys are getting paid because they had a whole protest about it outside of this show.
Yeah,
I
that
don't know why exactly. I believe it's been
so
fixed, whatever it is
the
now.
yeah, I think it's been resolved, but the the main gripe that they had was that um they AEW has a crew that they carry around with them all around the country,
Yeah.
and they source them from an IATSE branch in Jacksonville. The problem is that you're going from venue to venue to venue all across the country, all around the world, and different buildings need different things. So sometimes you have to hire temporary uh, additional people to work with you.
Mhm.
The IATSE chapter wanted those people to be union members of their branch. The problem is that's not really up. I mean, it's only up to AEW to a point because the house, the 2300 arena is owned by people who are staunchly anti-union. So they'll accept, the traveling crew, but I guess they are reticent to accept workers from the chapter that literally has an office right across the street from them.
Oh, okay.
Literally right across the street. Because they'd have to pay them more.
Oh,
I get it. It's evil capitalist 101, but
Yeah.
I understand the logic behind it. Um, the the part that gets me kind of in my suspicious feelings is that like they didn't do this to NXT, you know, even though like the big WWE trucks with everybody would be right across the street from them, unloading and loading and stuff, and it's like I don't if you're why are you just taking this up with AEW now, 2 days before the residency actually begins and they start producing stuff from that building, when you knew months ahead of time that they were going to be doing this? You had
That
all
does seem
this
kind of
time to try
suspicious.
to negotiate to see if you could build a bridge there and have them hire, make your case to hire those specific people in spite of the non-union house, which, TK's a freaking billionaire. He can do probably whatever he wants, essentially, grease whatever palms he needs to. Maybe pay them out of their own pockets so that the venue doesn't have to shoulder the union costs or whatever. I don't know. I don't know the specifics of how that works, but I guarantee you, with enough notice, TK would have probably bent over backwards just to make it work and avoid the kind of petty crap that actually went on.
Mhm.
And that's why I'm suspicious. Like, you had all the time in the world. They announced this residency months in advance, and you're only now making a big deal of it when you
Yeah, it does
let
sound kind of
NXT
okay.
run this same venue without these same reservations when you know WWE is anti-union.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it does not. The timing of it is suspicious enough that it leads me to believe that there was maybe either one of two things happens. Some chicanery. I don't want to believe the whole like, you know, oh, the Fed is so petty that they paid this off to make this happen. I don't want to believe that because because if that was true, it'd be like the stupidest, pettiest garbage ever and such small potatoes. Like, if you're gonna like interfere, at least do something big. This is stupid. Um, or the alternative is that they were just using the fact that AEW was there for a couple weeks in a row to try and push their agenda forward and basically using them as a foil, as a fulcrum to push their agenda forward, which I
Hmm.
don't necessarily hate, but it's like your agenda is your agenda. This is the first I'm ever hearing of it. So why now?
Fair.
So, I mean, this place has been across the street for the entirety existence of your IATSE chapter. So I I don't know why it's such a big deal now, but
Were y'all protesting Paulie?
yeah.
Because I'm sure
Apparently
you
they
had plenty more
protested
reasons to protest Paulie than you do
for real.
Tony. Yeah.
Uh the apparently there was a protest outside, across the street at outside the doors of the IATSE office, but not at the 2300 arena itself. And things were very peaceful and nobody caused any trouble. And it was like it basically never happened. So, I mean, I don't know what happened with Tony Khan, though I do believe that he would probably just do anything to just kind of make it go away because it's not like there's a major legal hurdle for him. It's probably just like that fly that just won't stop circling you. It's like, where's the freaking swatter?
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
that's probably what it was like to Tony Khan. But anyway, it did not detract from the show at all, which is great because this had a really cool feel to it. This whole residency so far has been, honestly, I feel like Tony Khan tried to kind of capture that old school ECW feeling as much as he could. And I
Yeah.
think for the most part, he kind of succeeded.
Yeah. It is. Now, I mean, part of that is that it's a lot more profane than it normally is.
Yeah, there is that.
Uh, I'm okay with it. To be perfectly honest with you, because I think dirty words it's a stupid concept. I think the concept of dirty words is stupid in of itself. So I don't care if somebody says fuck. I've said fuck like 7 times on the show today. So
Yeah.
but our first segment here is exactly part of that because it kind of took Christian Cage's typical "your haha your dad is dead" character and turned it up a little bit.
Yeah,
Which this was,
this was excellent. This is a
God
great
forgive me if
start.
this wasn't excellent and hilarious, right? Like, I mean,
Oh yeah.
okay. So let's talk about it a little bit. Okay, so FTR comes out and they believe there was a
Oh wait, wait.
miscarriage.
The announcers opened the show ringside like an old ECW
Oh
show,
yeah, they did do that.
which I
Okay,
thought was
yeah,
a fantastic touch.
that
And
was
it
pretty good.
and they made it seem like they were in the middle of something, and then FTR comes out, so it lends that kind of little bit of realism, like, oh, this is happening right now. Oh, okay, as if they weren't getting, a sign in their headphones that they were going to be interrupted. They knew the format of the show, but like it was a nice touch. Anyway,
Yeah,
I needed to point that out.
right.
You go on.
So now FTR comes out and they've had a miscarriage of justice at Forbidden Door in their loss. Um, and they've got Paul Turner out there, who was the referee for that match. And, they're, you know, berating him basically and in roundabout ways calling him an incompetent moron and other things like that just by,
Yeah, I didn't
but
realize that Dax was pinned by the wrong person in that match.
I didn't either.
Didn't even register it.
Yeah. I wasn't the referee, so I wasn't paying that much attention to
I was
know.
having too much fun to pay attention
I
to
was having fun
that
watching the
particular
show.
detail.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like if it is that, that's great because that gives them a backdoor way into another match. As far as I'm concerned, give me more FTR title matches. Makes my day.
Yeah. So then, after they're done berating him a little bit, then Stokely gets the mic and gets in his face. And of course, Stokely's referee sized. So referee pushes Stokely. Stokely tries to push back, but FTR kind of quickly get in the middle of the two of them. And so, Paul Turner is thinking twice of it. And Rated R superstar Adam Copeland shows up. And they tried to sing. They tried to sing along with this song. We've been listening to the song for like 20 years, guys. Come on, learn the words.
Yeah.
If you're gonna sing the shit, learn the words. All right.
Like
Like,
you don't even need to know the whole thing. Just the chorus is fine.
yeah.
Just the chorus is
Um,
fine.
so he comes out, but then he's looking confused. Like, where's Christian? Why isn't he here with me? He's looking back, he's looking back, he's looking back, and then Christian slides in the ring behind Stokely and gives Stokely a nasty kill switch. Like, it was pretty.
It
Like,
was a
Stokely took a hell of a bump on that one.
you might call it a bait and kill switch.
Yeah.
Yes, I am
Okay.
Barry
Okay.
Horowitz
So,
right now. You're welcome.
so I'm first of all loving this trend where Stokely's actually getting beat up a lot. I really like it. Let's keep doing that, please. Um,
Oh, the crowd chanted "no hose" at him, which I thought was
yeah, no
amazing.
hose. Oh, I
No
love that.
hose,
No
no
hose.
hose.
So he gets the kill switch. They brawl with Dax and Cash. We get them hurled out of the ring. They powder. And then the dust settles. Christian grabs the mic and he says, at Forbidden Door, we took care of my problem. And now it's time to take care of Adam's problem. And he's like, then he starts his old school stick. He's like, Dax, I understand you have a father. And Cash, I understand you have a father as well. And Copeland takes the mic away from him. And the crowd boos that relentlessly. They want to
Yeah,
hear what's about to happen. So
yeah.
Adam Copeland, of course, calls us all a bunch of sickos, and then
We are.
we are, and then he gives the mic back to back to Christian, and Christian goes, and that bitch is dead.
Oh, and
And
they
I laughed
sell it
so hard at
so
this.
well
Oh
too.
yeah,
They
dude.
just the rage in Cash Wheeler's eyes
Oh
was
yeah,
just
dude.
oh
He
it
looks
it
he looks like he's
oh,
about to pull a gun on someone in traffic.
again.
My gosh, like yeah, like
I
so
loved this segment so much for a number of reasons, not the least of which being that I feel like, you know, we've all been, ever since Adam Copeland signed with AEW, we've all been kind of looking forward to the eventual, inevitable reunion with Christian Cage. And I think there was a part of me that always kind of be like, is this just going to be a nostalgia run? Are they just going to revert back to the characters they were 25 years ago? Like, are we
Yes.
really doing this? Like, this is AEW is not the land of that. AEW is the land of, characters grow and change, and they are truer to themselves than they are to whatever gimmick they may have had in the past, even though they may incorporate that in various ways. So to have the new dynamic between these two be, instead of Edge being like, more or less them being on even footing, but Edge kind of being the de facto leader and them just kind of being goofy with one another. The fact that Adam is kind of the straight man to Christian Cage's unrelenting assholishness is an incredibly fresh new dynamic, and both are really, really good at it.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that is what's
Maybe that's how they are
selling
in
it for
real life.
me. Maybe.
Like
I don't know.
turn it down about 10 times, make it about 1% of what it is on TV, but
Yeah.
maybe Christian is the asshole in the relationship. Maybe they're like us.
Yeah, maybe.
Like maybe
Maybe. I
Edge
don't
is
know.
you and I'm Cope or I'm Christian and there we go, like
Maybe. I don't know. Either way, I think the dynamic of it is like, I was I was really worried because it seemed like it remember a few weeks ago when they pulled the trigger on it and Christian Cage came out to save Copeland and with Spike, and we were all like, whoa, that, last week he just gave a thing saying that he wasn't going to change. This seems like it's skipping a few steps in the story. And now it kind of, in retrospect, kind of makes sense. It's like, oh, he's going to be the same. He's going to be the same as he is now. They're just going to be together for the sake of convenience. Like, it makes a lot more sense now
yeah,
that they have this dynamic on top of it. Instead, I think we were all just kind of, at least I was. I can't speak for everybody else, but for me, it's like I kind of almost expected them to go back to the characters they were, because that's
yeah,
what we knew them as. And I think that's what a lot of people probably had in their minds as well. So they had that similar reaction. Well, this is too early. It's like, and in retrospect, no, it's not too early. It wasn't too early because they never had any intention of going back to the characters they were 25 years ago.
yeah,
And if you don't have that, then you can pull the trigger on that however and whenever you want,
yeah,
because they're not going to change from who they are now, except in who they're fighting. So, no, ultimately, I think, the decision that we were questioning a few weeks ago to pull the trigger on them getting on the same page, ultimately, I think I have to retract that, because it's like, no, this makes perfect sense now when you look at the story as a whole.
yeah. I think with these guys, yeah, I kind of just pretty much agree with you. I like the dynamic. I like the way they're working this dynamic, and I guess we'll see how it kind of goes from here. But they did in this segment set up a match with FTR for September 20th at All Out in Toronto.
Yep.
So
They
we will have. Let me take a look at the calendar real quick. Check it
Cage
up.
refer or
Oh,
Cage
that's a
Copeland.
Saturday, so this will not be a watch along. We'll be able to review the show the next day.
Okay, which means
So
no calling in the ring segment for that episode. It'll
no,
just
no
be
call. Yeah,
a
we're
whole
just gonna
review,
review the review.
and we'll
Yeah,
try and do it as entertainingly as possible.
right.
Uh but Copeland at the end called them CNC, which makes sense because they were E and C, kind of
Yeah,
unofficially in WWE.
yeah.
But I feel like and I posted this on Blue Sky a few days ago, and I maintain it to this moment in time. If eventually Stoke come comes out to rebuke them and doesn't make a CNC Music Factory reference, what are we even doing?
Well,
He's got to tell them that, what, are you going to make everybody dance now? Or
something
at the
like that.
very least, oh, what, are you going to make us sweat? Give me something, because CNC, it's right there. It's literally right there. We are the prime demographic that watches this show. They will get it. we're
Okay,
we're
that's
late
fair.
80s,
Yeah.
early 90s babies. We will get it.
Okay,
Uh,
that's fair. That's fair.
it's I want that reference. Stoke, If somehow you get around to this and you haven't thought of it, first of all, shame on you. Secondly, you're welcome.
So obviously, I mean, we know based on how we say things and then they happen like the next week or two. No, someone from AEW is obviously listening to our show, so you go run tell that to Stokely, okay?
I think it's more like we just have pretty good instincts, but
I
I
mean,
mean,
okay, that's
cool.
fair. 40 years of
It'd be
watching
pretty
wrestling,
good.
we kind of know what's coming on. But yeah, I mean,
It'd
come
be
on, dude.
pretty
There's like,
cool though.
I don't know. They don't. These people don't interact with us on Blue Sky. I don't know
Nope,
who all of these people are.
nope.
I can name like
It's
two of
true.
our listeners, and I talk to them, but there's way more
Yep.
than two.
Yeah.
So I don't know who all of you are, and but thank you for listening. And
As
it's
always,
it
yeah,
might be somebody
absolutely.
from AEW. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go like drill down on the map for the
Yeah.
demographics and see if there's somebody in Jacksonville listening to
Yeah.
us.
I mean, it could be on a VPN. I don't know.
Could
But
be, could be.
yeah, that leads into our first match. John Moxley versus Danny Garcia.
Whew.
Dude, I love this match.
Daniel Garcia is
This
something
was
special, man.
great,
That kid
dude.
is.
Like now that he doesn't have the belt and doesn't have to kind of worry about looking like a monster anymore, John Moxley has been done nothing but bump and sell for everybody.
Yeah.
And I so much prefer that John Moxley.
Hmm.
Like, because he can still win all the time. That's fine. He should win a lot. He's a four-time former world champion in AEW. Okay. He should be booked strong up until, the end points of his feuds with the various people that he needs to put over. But like you can still put somebody over and beat them and still put them over during the
Hmm.
match by what you do to sell them for them.
Yeah.
And he bumped and sold for Danny, who is a good at least 6 inches shorter and probably about 70 pounds lighter. So like good on John Moxley for this. I thought Danny looked aces coming out of this.
Oh, dude, it was great. Also, fair to mention that this is, let's pull down the counter. Ding, 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 ding. This, and there will be more in this show, but this right here, this match had instance number 3 of an ankle lock being used since you
Yeah.
said that the ankle lock was one of your favorite submissions, which can only mean that the person listening is either Daniel Garcia or Kyle O'Reilly. And since Kyle
That's
O'Reilly
true.
on Saturday confirmed himself also to be a board mod fan by calling Don Callis Dong Phallus, which is like her
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Um, Maybe it's him, maybe it's Kyle, but either way,
That would be great.
totally used an ankle lock in this match because he was working the leg on Moxley, so it totally made sense. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
this is like ding,
He
ding, ding,
sold the
ding.
hell out of
The
that knee.
third
Oh, yeah.
time on this counter that this has happened since you said that one of your favorite submissions was an ankle lock.
I mean, I like my Tecker boys and their grabbing of shins. So,
Yes. So
but yeah,
Moxley
I
also
think,
like he spiked him head first on the steps with that DDT. Like,
uh,
oh god,
mhm,
dude, that thing looked brutal.
gnarly.
Brutal. Like I was
Yeah.
just like, oh, are we really about to do this? And then it act like, and because normally you expect like maybe somebody will like push them off and they'll end up off the steps, but no, like Tony Storm
Yeah.
last week, Danny Garcia this week, everybody's catching the freaking stairs to the
Yep.
noggin, like
Yup. Uh,
um
and the match won, with a roll up. Like it wasn't like definitive. It was fluky. Like I don't. That's about as good as Garcia could come at looking out of that match without actually winning it.
mhm.
You know. And
And
in
then
the end, Moxley tells he tells him he looks him dead in the eye as he's sitting in the corner after the bell rings and he goes, "It's close."
yeah. Like they're doing the same thing with Danny that they were doing, or that they I guess still are doing with Chris Statlander. Like it looks like they're
Yeah,
trying to get new members, and I think
which is weird because
I
like
think one of them is going to end up in the Death Riders, and I don't know which one it's going to be. And it would be more surprising if it was Stat, because Danny's kind of like Danny's great and respectable and definitely a face, and everybody loves him, but he's definitely also an asshole.
yeah,
We can't deny
oh
that.
yeah,
So it's more it makes more sense for it to be him, but
hmm
at the same time, it would be more surprising if it ended up being Stat. However, um,
my
I'm also
question is
I'm also
why.
still ready for the Death Riders to be done, so I don't really want them to
That's
get
the
any more
thing
members.
with me
You
is like
know,
why are we adding more? Like this seems to be like him losing the belt should have been the signal. Okay, we're coming down off the mountain. and this is the part of the story where Mox puts everybody over. And why are we adding more guys to the fold if that's the trajectory of this faction now?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense to me. And it
No.
kind of worries me that we're going to have the Death Riders as a faction around for a lot longer than I want them to be.
Yeah. Especially when the number one heel faction is obviously the Don Callis family.
Yeah, which we'll get into in a
We'll
little
get
bit.
into.
But
But anyway, this one segued still into the next one also because after the match was over, Wheeler came out to let Darby Allin know that the answer is no.
hometown
And
boy getting booed out of the building.
yeah, dude, shut the fuck up.
You
Loud
love to
and
see it.
clear was the chant. Shut the fuck up, or yeah, shut the fuck up. And then they just kept booing him. Like Wheeler is, this is his hometown, and he hates like. And he was doing like a typical face thing, like about how he worked in this building and he set up the ring here, and I'm from here, and the crowd was like, "Fuck you anyway," because fucking Philly. Um,
Yep.
so
Well, I think it's also a testament to how much the general fan base loved Brian Danielson,
yeah,
adored him, and Yuta turned his back on because and this is coming from a good place. You can see in those moments where it looks like he's maybe even entertaining the thought of leaving the Death Riders. The fans get back him. They encourage him. They're crapping on him because he disappointed them.
yeah,
They want him back. They want him back in the fold. They want him back on the side of the Angels. But the only way they're going to do that is by voicing their displeasure on what he's doing now.
yeah.
As soon as,
So
man, when he turns face, he is going to blow up.
yeah, he's got to cut
He
that
is,
hair.
oh my gosh. I think that's the actual end point of the Death Riders is eventually Wheeler coming to his senses and turning on Fox.
Yeah,
I think that's the
it's gonna
trajectory.
make him too. He's gonna beat
Yeah,
John Moxley, and it's gonna make him.
he's had 3 or 4 chances. That last one, where the one right before they adopt him into the BCC, where he gets all bloodied and stuff. Oh man, what a freaking moment that was for him.
Yeah.
He's gonna
So
have another one of those moments, and he's gonna get over so much with this
yeah,
audience.
as long as
It's
it's
gonna
done
be
right,
huge.
it'll kill.
Yeah,
He'll be over as hell. So then he's talking shit. He's like, I realize, I'm a Death Rider. Your cheers and all that don't mean jack shit. What have he's like what he said? What have your cheers done for Will Ospreay, which was fucking awful. He talks about Chuck Taylor, Brian Danielson, and then the arena goes dark and Hook returns.
this was so ECW.
Yeah, it
This
was,
whole
wasn't it?
segment was probably the most ECW thing on the card, and the main event was a crazy no disqualification point.
Well, I mean,
So
first
like,
of all, it's the
but
first
this
time I
was the
caught the
most
Hajime.
ECW.
Yeah, it's the first time I
Yeah,
caught the Hajime has happened in the ECW arena in 30 years. So that was
right.
awesome.
Yeah,
And then a Taz for all intents and purposes, what was a Tazplex?
yeah,
So
yeah.
but yeah, he basically just got the shit kicked out of him by Hook for about 2 minutes or so, and then they moved on to the next segment. Like pretty
Yeah.
much that's pretty much it.
But yeah, this felt so ECW to
Oh
me.
yeah,
Just
it
to
was definitely.
have somebody running down the crowd and telling them, and then the lights to go out, and then somebody to come up and beat the crap out of them. That's classic ECW
Yeah,
stuff.
very Sabu, very
Yeah,
RVD, very
yeah.
lots of things, very Raven. Like we've had a lot of those instances. Um, After that we have MJF. I think this is the aftermath of Forbidden Door,
Yep.
and
Tape
he's
that
all
Forbidden Door. Yeah.
oh okay, so yeah, he's bloody, he's pissed off after his match with Hanger where he got the shit kicked out of him, and basically says he's
He
upset that
reiterates.
everybody chances you deserve it when he gets what he deserves. Uh,
Yeah.
or that the same things get cowboy cheered. Um,
Like
uh,
he's equating setting a man on fire with setting a house on fire. And those are two very different things.
yes, they are. One is called immolation and it's murder.
That's proper murder right
Yeah.
there.
One is
He
just arson.
Hanger burned down a house that had nobody in it.
and nothing. I mean, as far as we
Nothing
know, like
and nobody in it. It's a different. I mean, it's still. I mean, it's still a felony, but
yeah,
they're different
but
classes
it's
of
not
felony.
murder. Yeah, it's like a class
Yeah,
C felony as opposed to like a class A or whatever.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, I mean, MJF's pissed, but he's still coming after uh Hangman. Um,
But
he's
he
pissed off about Tony's
reiterates,
rule change and all that.
yes, the rule change. I like the rule
I
change
do
very
too, because
much.
I don't like cashes. They're stupid.
Not even that. It's now, the kayfabe reason that they gave is actually a really good reason. Is that, oh well, Warner Brother Discovery felt like, well, there's money to be being left on the table by not announcing it ahead of time. So we should
Yeah.
have 7 days notice so that we can, at least get a week to promote it. And that's
Hmm.
actually a really smart idea, to
Yeah.
be fair. You know, just I, yeah, like if you need to pop a rating or whatever, yeah, announce a world title match as the main event. Yeah, you could do worse.
Yeah.
Especially since MJF seems like the kind of guy who could, even this early in Hanger's reign, could still conceivably walk away with the belt,
Yeah.
you know,
By hook or
because
by
it
crook.
because it's him, So, I mean, if it was somebody, for example, saying the Don Callis family, lesser chance of that. But because it's MJF, who's been to the mountain, who has the record for longest AEW single world title reign, I I feel like there's a bit more of a sense of, okay, this could actually happen. And then you add in all the stuff that happened between those two characters beforehand anyway to set this up, and now you can really see it happening. So yeah, give us a week. Yeah, pop that buy rate. Go ahead, do what you need to do.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it up against the WWE pay-per-view necessarily, although I don't know. Their
Maybe I
EC,
fucking would. I
ES,
mean, they might not have a
maybe
choice.
maybe they do that because it's not like, if I get a if I'm somebody who still watches both shows religiously, and I had the choice to see a collision where there's a very real chance where I might see a world title change between two of the very best in the world, and one where I have to get another streaming app and then on top of that pay another $30 to watch John Cena versus Brock Lesnar again. I think I'm taking the free one,
Yeah, I think so too, probably.
you
Or the
know?
one that I'm already paying for, like I do with Max.
Yeah, I mean, which is more or less free
Yeah. Which may
because
actually
it's
might be apparently that them selling the pay-per-views for a discount on Max is supposed to start like this month. So
maybe,
um
maybe
which
I
there was an announcement about it, like about how
we
they
still don't have
uh
any
Max is gonna
finite details, do we?
No, they said Max added they I don't know if it was Max or if it was AEW that put out the statement, but it said that Max has added the ability to sell one-time tickets
Yeah, but
to
it
events
didn't
on their
say
thing, and that
how
they would
much it's
be
going to cost, though.
no, they haven't. The cost hasn't been mentioned yet, but I'm hoping it's going to be
Yeah.
like 30, 40. I mean, just give me like a $10 discount. I'll be happy. I don't care. Like any discount, really. I'm paying $50 a month for that shit right now
See, like
for pay-per-views.
I'm still using Triller and a VPN, so I'm paying $20 a
Yeah, I can't
show.
use the VPN on
So,
my Xbox, and that's how I watch it in the living room, like with Katie and stuff. Like in here, I
uh,
could, but I'm gonna watch it with her anyway. Even if we do a
yeah,
watch along, if she doesn't watch it with us, I'm gonna watch it again with her. And so we
right.
watch it in the living room because I just buy it on YouTube. So
Yeah,
um, but yeah, that I may be doing that again this month unless Max actually does put the events on there. But we'll see. I mean,
we'll
they've
see.
announced that they're actually going to start doing it.
They've got about
You
3 weeks to announce it. So,
yeah. Um. So then we go into my new favorite female tag team, Chris Statlander and Harley Cameron, against Megan
yay!
Bain and Penelope. Um.
I was actually kind of surprised by the outcome of this.
I was too, but also I feel like the whole Megan. I feel like Megan Bain is finally wearing off. I think that is like monster Megan, the
Yeah,
legacy.
they're
Like it's
still
all just kind of
protecting her,
wearing
but
off.
I think part of it is that they've been kind of treading water with the mid card of the. Don't get me wrong, the matches have been great, and I've been grateful to see the mid card really rise up in the division. but they've been kind of cycling through the same permutations of people in these tag matches now, and it's like, okay, yeah, you're protecting Megan, but I get you, Aaron. Like the rose, the bloom is coming off of the rose a little bit. Not that Megan Bayne is bad. She's awesome. She's freaking rad. But like, you, they might need to heat her back up again.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of people that probably need to be heated back up. Also, y'all gotta be more careful with Harley Cameron's nose.
For real, she just got
Everybody's
back,
in general.
guys.
We'll talk about that more later, but yeah, Harley's for sure. Like we just same person, Megan. Can you please be more careful with people's noses, please and
Jeez
thank you.
Louise, Meg.
Holy fuck! Like you damn poor Harley. Like
You may
if
be
she
the
said she didn't want to
Megasis,
work,
but she's a unicorn. You treat a
yeah,
unicorn with respect.
yeah,
Okay.
that's Harley Cameron, dude. Like you better like quit fucking her up, please.
But yeah,
Like
baby faces take this one. It was fun. It wasn't like, groundbreaking or anything. Uh, Statlander's still being weird with the paper thing. I'm not really sure what that's supposed to like symbolize or whatever, but like she keeps blowing paper in people's faces. I
it's
don't
weird.
know. It's weird.
Yeah,
Um, but I don't know. Like, I mean, this was fun. Uh, Statlander gets the win with her new submission hold that she still doesn't have a name for. So far as I can tell.
yeah,
After the match, Bane attacks, because it was obviously Penelope that got tapped out.
yeah,
And Stat gets the upper hand, but in defense of Harley, and it was made very clear that it was in defense of Harley, Willow comes out to help chase Bane off. And so Harley Cameron looks like she's being positioned to be the bridge that reconnects Statlander and Willow. Um, if I had to guess, it Willow being more tangentially close to the relationship now that via Harley will probably facilitate her realizing that the Death Riders are really courting her pretty heavily and will probably weigh on Willow's conscience. Like, look, I know you have problems with me, and I'm sorry, but don't do this. Like, you know what it reminds me of uh, uh a girl I once knew. She we went on a date in high school. We were both in high school, and I just wasn't, I didn't really see her in a romantic way. We went on a date, and we had kind of a good time, but we kind of both agreed that maybe this is better that we don't. And she floated the idea of getting back together with her ex, and her ex was a bad dude, like not a good person. And I'm like, oh, please don't do that. Please, please, please don't do that. Like, I'm sorry for this. I can't help this, how I don't feel, but don't go do something rash because you and I didn't work out. It reminds me of that. It's like, it's like don't go and join this bunch of douchebags who are just laden with toxic masculinity, even Marina. Uh,
yeah,
just because you and I had a falling out, please, I didn't realize that I meant that much to you and that my forgiveness meant that much to you. If it means that much to you, please, I'm sorry, but please don't do this
yeah,
because this won't just ruin your life. It'll ruin a lot of other people's lives too because of what they do and what they're about.
mm,
So I hope that that's where that's going because I need some resolution between Willow and Stat, really. Uh,
yeah,
yeah, I'm tired of waiting for them to get back together. I'm really, really tired of it. We've treaded water with this for a long time. We can see that the goal is women's tag team belts it's on the horizon. We can see it coming up over the curve. Like I know it's there. It's probably coming. If I had to guess, they're probably going to announce it like around world time of world's end and start the tournament or however they're going to determine it. Probably if I had to guess to start the year off, like coming right off the Continental Classic. And yeah, I need the first champs to be Willow and Statlander because that just puts a real pretty bow on their story and it's perfect and we need it and they deserve it and I want it. Give me what I want.
You what I want. Let's see. After that, we had my least favorite segment of the entire night.
Yeah. Um, it would have been better if it had this segment would have been better if somebody else had joined it rather than it
Yeah,
just be Renee with Mercedes and
and
her nine
Mercedes
belts.
running down Alex Windsor and not, Alex Windsor not coming out and showing up.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't, I don't care that Mercedes has 9 belts. I mean, I just find myself just not caring about that at all. Like, I mean, I watch one show or, one product. There's going to be stuff I don't like. This is what I'm not liking. I just don't care about her. This reign has been so freaking long, so predictable,
And
boring as hell.
I mean, I want her
Matches have been good, but everything else around is just
I want
garbage
her
for the most part.
to beat I want her to do what her promo set up to do. I want her to beat Ultimo Dragon's record of getting 10 belts. I want her to get to 11. I
Mhm.
want her to take the photo, right? That mimics that famous photo of Ultimo with his 9 belts, right?
Yeah,
Or 10 belts. And then I want her to start losing. We've broken the record. Nobody else is going to do that ever. Okay.
yeah.
And then I want her to start losing them one by one by one by one by one, starting with I mean, either starting with or ending with the TBS title. It doesn't really matter. It could work either way. I would prefer if it started with the TBS title because I want her to go on and see what she's like without a belt. She'll have the other ones, but like they're not going to be defended on. You might see the CMLL one defended on AEW television, but those other ones aren't going to be.
Yeah.
I want to see her crash out. Like we've seen little sparks of it. Anytime that she's gotten in the ring with Tony since losing to Tony, she's been real hesitant to get back in the ring with her.
Mhm.
And that's great character work for her, and I love that. Need more of that though. We need to pick up the pace on
Yeah.
this.
Like, we're slow rolling this, and I hate it, man.
Yeah,
I'm done with it. Like, I'm just
yeah.
done with it.
Like she's. I mean, I don't know how long is her reign been? Has it? It's not beaten Jade Cargill yet.
I don't think so.
Hang on, let me check. So Jade Cargill's reign is 508 days long. Uh, you won it January 5th and 2022 and lost it May 28th, 2023. Mercedes is at 462 as of this recording. She's close. She's just like 50 days away ish
Yeah.
from beating that record. 56 days. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or 46 days. So, yeah, she's got like a month and a half to beat Jade Cargill. If you have to get her there, fine, get her there, and then move on to somebody else. Like I understand why they would want to be petty about Jade's reign. I I think it's stupid, but I think 462 days is just as impressive as 508. Quite frankly, it's a long time. It's well over a year in both cases.
Yeah.
Like, clearly dominant reigns. I don't care, if she beats Jade Cargill's record, but I can see why other people might, especially
I
this
don't care
fan
if she
base.
beats Cargill's record. I'm just getting tired of the rain itself. Like,
Yeah.
let's hurry it up now.
So,
Let's
yeah,
go already.
pretty sure that beats any other reign too, in the AEW, except for maybe Okada. I
Yeah.
mean, because his Continental title has been folded into the unified title. So Let's see how long his title reign has been.
Pretty long.
Title is 529. So yeah, okay. So there's no way that she's beaten because his is ongoing. He still hasn't lost it yet. So every day that she adds on one, so does Okada. So
Yeah.
there's no way that she's beating him unless he loses now and she goes on for another 3 months. So it's not going to happen. Um,
Mm.
so yeah, she would still wind up being among the longest reigning champions in AEW history of any kind. Um, if you want to include Ring of Honor, you can still make the case even though it doesn't come close to Athena's forever reign.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still impressive. She can still drop it before she breaks the record, and it's still impressive. It doesn't matter. But like, if you want to get there, you can do that. But I don't know. I feel like you get her to those 11 belts, figure out whichever indies you want her to go to that she can rip a belt from somebody for a short time, and then you have her lose a TBS title, and then you have her start losing the other ones in a snowball effect,
Yeah.
and see her crash out, and that's her story is her crashing out until whenever they can sign Bailey. And then once her best friend comes back in and reminds her of who she is, then they go on a tear in the tag division. That's
I
fine.
wonder if that's actually going to happen.
I think it might. I think there's a really good chance of it. I don't know when Bailey's contract is up,
No, I'm not sure.
but it's very clear by her on line activity that she misses Mercedes very, very, very much, and
Mhm.
that she wants opportunities elsewhere to perform and work with other women outside of the WWE sphere. Like it's very, very clear that she loves wrestling first and WWE second.
Yeah.
So I think that there's a very good shot of her coming when her contract is up. I do not know when that is,
Yeah.
but I look forward to it because I love Bailey and I feel like she and Mercedes just kind of belong together.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's put them together. Why not? Freaking call her Bailey Martinez or something. I don't know.
Mhm.
That way you can still have the English crowds do the song. Hey, hey, Bailey. Ooh, ah. You know,
For hours.
spell with an I instead of a Y, and you run into Taz with two Z's territory, and there's nothing WWE can do about it. It's
Yeah.
fine. So
True.
anyway, I walked us down a tangential path there, and I apologize.
After this, we had a Mark Briscoe promo where he challenges, well, he fires back at MJF's earlier promo and then challenges Kyle Fletcher to TNT Championship match.
But not before introducing the world to Baby Mac Briscoe. Yeah, Baby Briscoe.
Oh yeah, new baby. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, new baby Briscoe. What is this like 330
Nine.
or something
It's
like
number
that?
nine
It
for
God,
him.
might as well be 300 kids. Golly, nine is a lot. Like, you are a
It
busy
is.
and obviously very happy man. Um, Jesus Christ, Mark.
No
They
kidding.
must be Catholic or Mormon. It's
I
one of
don't
those.
know. So something tells me no. I think they're just rednecks on a chicken farm with nothing better to do in their free time. I think that's all there is
I
to
think that's
it.
probably a fair assessment, actually. But yeah, good, typical Mark Briscoe fiery promo. He's pissed off at MJF. He wants to kick Kyle Fletcher's ass too. Here we go.
Yep.
Speaking of the Don Callis family, next we had Takeshita Okada, Hechicero, and Josh Alexander versus Jet Speed and Brodito.
Brand new world team tag team champions,
Oh yeah,
Brodito. This match was fun. All of these they've just kind of adopted like the pro wrestling gorilla 8-man party match and just kind of they do this like all the time now. They had at least once a week they have one of these 8-person tags,
oh yeah.
it
They're having one
seems.
on Dynamite next week.
Yeah, different permutations, different guys, and it's
Yeah,
always fun.
almost
It's
always
a
jet speed though.
yeah, well, I mean, look at him. Why wouldn't you put
Yeah,
them in this kind of match?
that's fair.
I do wish they'd get more wins, but I mean, not everybody can win all the time. Story of this was House family wins, but there was mega, mega heat brewing between Takeshita and Okada. Like they did not. Only one of them can be the alpha,
Yeah,
and each one of them wants to be it.
and I mean, well, Takeshita is the alpha, so
He's
I
the
mean,
alpha, but he's not a champion right now either.
no,
He's
and he doesn't
certainly.
need to be a champion though. I have full faith that he can kick Okada's ass.
I have full every faith that he's going to beat Zack Sabre Jr. for the IWGP World Title, and that they're going to go on, and Wrestle Kingdom is going to be headlined by Takeshita versus Okada.
That might happen.
I think that would be big money for them. It would really help New Japan out to have Okada back on that card, and he can put over Takeshita,
Yeah,
and it would be great. Takeshita's got this weird three-way contract thing going where he's an AEW guy and a New Japan guy and a
and the
DDT
DDT
guy.
guy.
Like
Imagine getting
that dude
three
must be making
paychecks, man.
that dude must be
Imagine just like,
making bank.
God, yeah, he must be
His
fucking.
his
And
taxes
he's got
must be
and
very
his
calculated.
wife has probably a dual contract too,
Yeah,
and works a bunch of U.S. indies. Like she works Triple L also sometimes.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like
His taxes must be very complicated though.
I fucking bet they are. I
I
bet
hope he
Don
has an
Callis hooked him
accountant.
up with a good guy though.
Yeah, no kidding. But yeah, there were a couple of instances where they just did not get along, and it was from the start in their entrance. Like it was just
Yeah,
like one of that's gonna come to a head. Uh and I'm here for it because they've been teasing that for a long time. They've been teasing that since the Continental before the Continental Classic last year. Because even though Okada wasn't part of the family, he was in the Continental Classic, and Takeshita was chasing the international championship, and Okada was, uh, you having issues with Osprey and stuff like it was all interwoven, but it was like there was friction between those two big Japanese dudes from all the way back then, and now they're in the same faction, and only one of them can be kind of as the old embassy would have put it, the crown jewel. So, yeah, I'm here for it
yeah,
because Okada's going to put Takeshita over too.
yeah. He
You
will.
know he's going to do it.
At least I hope he will.
Oh, he will. He's not a
Don't want
political
him to be
guy. He
like
doesn't seem like a
that. Doesn't
political
work for
guy.
me, bitch. You know. Like,
He doesn't seem like he's an overly political guy. He just happened to be a goofball who's one of the best wrestlers in the world and a big draw in Japan.
yeah.
Like, no, he'll put Takeshita over. He'll do the right thing.
But speaking of the Don Callis family, they pick up the win on this when Alexander dodges the shooting star knees from Bailey and snatches him up in a cradle.
Yeah, Alexander
Really
getting the
quick.
pin here.
Yeah,
I
they seem to
like
be
that. He hasn't
with
been.
what goes on in the next episode too. They seem to be taking him a little bit more seriously now.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I am too. If he's supposed to be the walking weapon, prove it. Like let's make
I
it look
mean
like
that that faction is like a quarter of the locker room. I'm hoping that everybody gets a little bit of chance to shine in that, and that
yeah,
they don't suffer from NWO Hollywood symptoms.
yeah.
You know,
Then after that we have Hangman come out. Talk
after
about
the commercial break,
yeah, after
right?
the commercial break, we had Hangman come out and he talks about his he thanks Will Ospreay for everything and hope he comes back soon and that they'll have a title match, hopefully. I don't think Hangman will be the world champion when Ospreay comes back. I think it's gonna be a while.
Yeah, me too.
I'm upset about that. I don't like that at all. I'm a
Me
big
too.
Will Ospreay guy, and the fact that he's probably gonna be gone, he might be gone for like up to 2 years if this is any of the surgeries it could be. Put you out for quite a while. I mean, if he has to go into the knife on his neck and his shoulder, it's going to be complicated.
Yeah,
Um, it could be a couple of years, if ever, type shit. So, hopefully he heals up fine and comes back. plenty of people have had neck injuries and come back and done this.
Yeah.
So,
And he's surrounded by guys who have had those kind of issues too. So he's
yeah.
got a lot of people that he can rely on
Well, he
for
said it in an
advice
interview.
and
He's
stuff.
got people that he doesn't even know, like guys from WWE, who are hitting him up like, "Hey, man, here's the number of a really good neck surgeon that I used because I had that same kind
Mm.
of injury." Like people he doesn't even know from the whole other company. Be like,
Yeah,
"Hey, this shouldn't be happening to you. Here's somebody who helped me."
yeah.
And I had that same injury or something like that. Which I mean, there's
It
only a few
don't.
people who've had that kind of injury in WWE, so we could like narrow it down to who's calling Will Ospreay. But
Yeah,
um,
it's good to see that you know
yeah, we don't
this
wrestlers don't give a fuck what
partisan
company you work
crap
for.
is. Yeah,
It's all
the,
company shit. That's not us.
the only partisan crap that exists is it's not between, for the most part, not between the wrestlers themselves so
No.
much as it is between the people who work in non-wrestling capacities in those companies and a bunch of people online.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Like most of the wrestlers are just kind of there for each other. Like you talk about brotherhood, and a lot of times that gets kind of a negative connotation because, well, it's a carny business, and a lot of people will, protect each other when they don't really deserve it and stuff like that. But it's nice to see a positive example of that, how they do look out for one another and do take care of each other and do care about one another, even if they work across the aisle. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Hangman does all that. He's talking about he talks about MJF and the title match and how MJF failed and how if he tries to sign the contract again, he's going to beat his ass before the ink is dry. And then Don Callis shows up,
With
and
his black hole music.
yeah, and then Josh Alexander, Hechicero, Lance Archer, and Rocky Romero, and then the rest of the Don Callis family kind of start filing out behind him, and they start trying to surround Hangman, and Hangman takes out takes out Alexander first and starts going after everybody else, but it kind of he gets overwhelmed. But then Speed or Jet Speed comes to help, and then Kyle Fletcher pulls out like a baton or something like that,
Hmm.
and
Yep.
they like one of those extending batons,
Yeah.
and they start beating them with that, so they get overwhelmed. But then Kenny Omega shows up, gives a V trigger to Hechicero immediately, and then pretty much everybody else in a row catches a Snapdragon.
Yep.
Like pretty much everybody gets one. He was handing them out like Oprah hands out gifts at her shows.
My my favorite part though was he grabs the baton and gets goozled by Lance Archer, right? But he
Yeah,
hits him his wrist with the baton to get out of the goozle. That was my
yeah,
favorite part. So like little thing, but it's so creative. It's so Kenny.
yeah. But then him and Hangman shook hands and hugged, which was
Yeah, after
kind of
giving
a
the
big
the
deal.
V trigger buckshot thing
Yeah, the
from their
V trigger
tag team
buckshot
days.
combo. Like, holy
Oh,
shit. Yeah.
I I'm not gonna lie, I shed a few tears. I thought this was a fantastic, long-awaited reunion. They're back on the same page. Because even when like Kenny Omega turned face again, when Don turned on him, he and Hangman were never like in the same segments. You never saw them interact. And then Kenny got sick for a
Yeah.
long, long time, and then he came back, and he still never interacted with Hanger. So this was really, really, really cool to see.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little misty over it. And I don't care that it was amazing. Pro wrestling allows for those kind of emotional responses, and I feel like we should embrace that.
Yeah.
That's what you look for, man. That's why we watch.
So after that, we had a trios championship match between the Ops, our champions, and Ricochet and GOA. Um, I mean, wasn't that long. I think it was mostly a vehicle to get Hurt Syndicate and
Yeah.
Ricochet and GOA kind of in the
I
same.
will say the pop that Samoa Joe got in off his hot tag was among the biggest of the night.
Oh yeah, for
I
sure,
loved
for sure.
Samoa Joe, and for good reason. I mean, he's had a lot of big moments in that city, in that building, in fact. So in fact, I think that was where he fought Kabashi.
Yeah, I think so, actually. Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, the one thing that really caught my attention about this one was like
Oh
Hobbs
no, that
and
was in New
Leon.
York,
Yeah.
but still, it was like
Um,
lots of moments regardless.
yeah, Hobbs and Leona going at it was
Yeah,
extra
meaty, meaty,
awesome.
meaty.
Yeah, total meat. With
I'm
even
s-
meat chance, I believe. I
yep.
believe there was
I
some meat
still
chance
want
going on.
Tony, especially with Wardlow back. I still want Tony to put on that Meat Madness match.
Yeah, I still
I
need the Meat
want it.
Madness match. I want it. I think everybody wants it. I think Tony needs to get on it and stop denying us what is ours.
Yeah.
Especially now that pretty much all the big guys are back. Like we've got Archer, we've got
Oh, you know what? Do it at Thanksgiving.
Hobbs. Yeah,
Do it at
Meat Madness match at
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. That'd be great.
Yep.
They do have a November 22nd. Yeah, Full Gear is the 22nd of November. So that is like the
Yeah,
week
do it at full
before
gear.
or after. That either is Thanksgiving week or the week or the week before. I think the week before. I'm not sure. Um. Anyway. So
Thanksgiving this year is November 22nd. Or 27th.
oh, 20, okay.
27th.
So the week after Full Gear. Um.
So yeah.
So that would be a great place for a Meat Madness match. But anyway, we got Samoa Joe gets a hold of Ricochet, gets him in a coquina clutch, and he submits. So the ops, of course, retain.
I think he passed that, doesn't he?
Um, I
I'm
have
thinking
I
something
say
else this week.
submitted in my notes, so I'm not sure.
I can't remember. I know somebody passed out this week, and I can't remember who it was now.
Hmm.
Hmm. Oh well. But yeah, this was facilitated by Ricochet was going to the top rope, but behind the referee's back, MVP came out and whacked him in the back with his cane. They sent him off the top rope, and Joe wrapped him up, cooking punch.
Yeah,
That I
but
remember.
now we're gonna have the Hurt Syndicate and GOA, which is, and then by extension Ricochet too, probably gonna get hurt also. So
Makes you wonder,
they
is
hurt
MVP
people.
going to come out and put on the tights again for this?
I wouldn't.
Or
I mean, or
or is
yeah,
this where you add Cedric to counteract
this would
Ricochet?
be a good way to add. This would be a good place to add Cedric if that's gonna happen.
The Cedric versus Ricochet would slap.
Yeah. So after that, we had our main event: Darby Allin versus Claudio Castagnoli in a Falls Count Anywhere match.
This
And boy, did they go
ruled.
anywhere!
This
It was awesome.
ruled.
Yeah, yeah, it
It
really picked
started
up the end of the night.
freaking Claudio starts with his aura farming on the outside the building, for his entrance music, and Darby just comes out of frame from the heavens to just beat the crap out of him from above for a couple of minutes before Claudio finally starts to take over. He heads back inside and then beats the hell out of him for what seems like a long, long time, culminating with them recreating the Spike Dudley Bam Bam Bigelow spot in like just the most brutal fashion possible to send us to a commercial. He lifts Darby over his head on the far side of the ring, inside the ring. He runs all the way over with him overhead, over his head, like this, because he's a freak of nature, and tosses him over and lands him perfectly on the announce table. All of
Oh
the announce
god, like
all the
it doesn't
announcers
even
flee.
break.
The table doesn't even break. Darby was indeed the table.
Oh
Like
god,
it was just, and because there was no commentary, all they could do was show different shots of it from different angles and then send you to a commercial. Like, how do you send us to commercial on that? Like, it was a tantalizing way to get you to stay hooked for the rest of this match.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, I mean, Darby Darby Allin main event matches are kind of all the same. You know, they start out with him getting unexpected offense, some unorthodox way, him getting beat the crap out of to the point where you're like, how is he even human? And then rallying to come back. And this was no different than that, but it's a winning formula for him. He makes it
yeah.
work every single time. So I'm not going to complain about that. Are you?
Not at all. Not
No,
at all.
it works. It works. Two coffin drops and this one. Um,
One of them off the pole from like 20 feet or something.
it was that was in the middle of the match, I think, but
Yeah.
that was ludicrous. He just
Yeah. I
climbs
was
the
like, he climbed that pole like all the way up, like the gym, like the rope in gym class.
yeah. He climbed Everest. He's not afraid of no 20-foot support beam.
Oh God, dude. But I was just like, he's not gonna just fall off that. And then he did it. And I was like, oh, of course he was. Why did
Yeah,
I even say he's not gonna do that? No, of course he's going to do that. Like
yeah,
it in the world of wrestling, there are only two constant. Well, there used to only be one constant. New Jack is going to jump off something high
yeah,
and probably try to murder someone.
yeah.
And now the other now that New Jack has passed, the constant is Darby Allin is going to jump off something high
Yep. And somehow survive.
and somehow survive. Like holy
Like,
shit, dude.
uh, I, I don't get it. But this ruled. Go out of your way to watch it. This was, Claudio again is one of those guys who has instant credibility to the point where like you look at his win loss record and like, how does he have that many losses? You know why he has that many losses? Because he's instantly believable. He's
You don't have to
instantly
protect them
credible.
really.
You don't really no, because he's Claudio.
Yeah,
He's Claudio. A
he's
win over him
Claudio.
still means something because he does stuff that nobody else should be able to do. Always knows how to get himself over while getting his opponent over. He's
Yeah,
like he's certainly somebody I wouldn't want to fight.
yeah,
No way. No
right.
way.
But yeah,
I would
yeah,
much rather fight Darby
yeah.
than I wouldn't have a chance against Darbs either. That dude's a maniac. But I would much rather fight Darby than I would fight Claudio.
No shit.
I could get a lucky one in on Darbs. I couldn't get a lucky one in on Claudio.
Oh
No
well,
way.
even so, Darby gets us the win in this one. Um,
Yeah.
and then yeah, beats Claudio, and that's dynamite for the week.
No, Gabe Kid comes out afterwards,
Oh yeah,
remember?
Gabe Kidd comes out after us, so he's trying to beat up Darby. And then Darby kind of like double legs Mox, but then he gets overwhelmed, and but he gets away then. Like
Yeah.
yeah, he got away. Um, but of course that still leaves the Death Riders kind of standing tall, which I'm so glad this matches it all out. Like
Yeah.
maybe he'll immolate John Moxley and the Death Riders will be over after that.
I
We
think
can
that's the
only
only
hope.
thing that Mox hasn't done in AEW yet. He's
Well, he
taken all
hasn't
sorts of
actually been
stuff.
exploded yet.
No, we got conceivably close once, but uh
Shit. They had a conception of a plan.
they had a conception of a plan.
So
Um,
yeah, I guess we can get over into Collision now.
yeah,
Um, which kicked off pretty much directly with Daniel Garcia and Blake Christian. And I would call this a match, except Daniel Garcia just kicked the shit out of Blake Christian for like 7 minutes.
yeah. Blake cut some of his stuff in, like
But not a
the
lot.
unique stuff he does. But yeah, this it
Yeah.
was not. This wasn't the back and forth that we've come to know of these enhancement matches with Blake Christian. Garcia was
Yeah.
pretty much on top of him the entire time.
Yeah, I mean, two things from this match. One, at least Lee Johnson has enough pecs to give Blake Christian some after that chop job that he took that whole match. And second, someone's bound to find it in his chest in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Since they're gonna be there for a while. They're your pecs are in the lost and found, vanilla baby. Okay. Holy fuck though, man. Like he just God. Danny Garcia beat the shit out of him. And then we kind of found out why, and that's because he wants to take on Moxley again.
Yeah, he had cut a promo that was online only. It was online exclusive. I saw it on Blue Sky where he said that, he's faced a lot of the top guys here, and every single time when it comes right down to it, he knows that he's better than the losses that he suffered, and that really they didn't beat him. He beat himself. He keeps on making these mistakes. He's still very frustrated that he keeps on messing up somehow every time. And that's what led to this, because he wants to rectify that mistake. Like what we didn't tell was that at the beginning of this match, John Moxley appeared out of the ether to whisper something to Danny Garcia before the match kind of officially started. And Danny looked kind of nonplussed, but didn't really rebuke him at all. Proceeded to
Yeah.
beat the crap out of Blake Christian. And then when Tony Schiavone got in the ring afterwards to ask him about it, he no-sold it.
Yeah. He
He
just kind
didn't
of blew it
say what
off.
he was, blew it off. Didn't say anything about what Moxley actually said to him. He just challenged him. So that's interesting. Interesting little wrinkle there.
Yeah.
I like the memes that are coming out of it on Blue Sky. Those are funny. Most of them are sandwich related, which if you read Mox's book, you would definitely
Oh, dude,
understand.
Mox and his sandwiches, man. Like I think he might love sandwiches more than he loves Renee.
Yeah, it's a sickness, man.
A little bit.
I mean, I like
I
a
do
good
love a good
sandwich
sandwich,
too, but
man.
like,
Yeah.
come on.
He's like
Uh,
Andy Cap or whatever, or fucking Shaggy and Scooby.
yep.
That's fucking
That brings not Mox, even though you know he was there, but his emissary Wheeler Yuta with Marina. They accept his challenge for next collision on his behalf. So they're gonna run it back, and I'm okay
yeah.
with that because the first one was rad.
Yeah.
Loved that match. So yeah, uh, I'm glad that they're building that a week ahead of time because I it's like, yeah, all right, we finally. And I think this is the first time that Moxley's wrestled on a collision in a long time, maybe ever. That's a big star for a collision. You
I
know
think
what I
he's
mean?
wrestled on Collision before, but yeah, I mean it's probably been a while.
You know, collision always kind of feels like it has its stars. It's kind of like it's not like a true brand split, but you can bet that you're going to see certain people on Collision over Dynamite every week.
Yeah.
And most of those people aren't like the tippy top stars. Moxley's a top guy, so having him on Collision, that's kind of a big deal
Mhm.
in a certain way. So I'm excited for that.
Um After that we had Lexi Nair in the back with Kyle O'Reilly, Tomohiro, and Hologram for the conglomeration, and Roddy, who is very obviously not part of the conglomeration and is still jealous, I guess,
Yeah,
that
dude
Kyle
needs to
is
lighten
part
up.
of it. Yeah, he needs to chill. Problem
Conglomeration's
solved. That's
cool,
it. Just
man.
chill. Yeah. I don't really want bad guy Roddy Strong. I like watching him break bad guy backs.
I mean, it's so funny. I saw somebody say on Blue Sky that it's funny because like Adam Cole is kind of the glue that holds them together because like natural Roderick Strong tends to lean heel.
Yeah.
Natural Kyle O'Reilly is goofy babyface guy.
Yeah.
And Adam Cole holds them together. And whichever way he turns, they'll follow him. But it's at the expense of what they would normally do without him.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of interesting. I thought that was an interesting way to see it put. Um, I think that's kind of true, whether it was designed that way or not. Uh, I love goofy Kyle O'Reilly. Like, give me more of that. Kill in the ring, uh, be goofball outside of it. That's my guy.
Yeah. Um,
Roddy needs to just get over himself.
yeah, he needs to
Needs
just
to learn
chill.
to have fun. You know what it is.
Mm.
It's him hanging around with Marina, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She definitely wears the pants in that relationship.
Well, I mean, everybody can wear pants now. It's 21st century. So, in any case, yeah. I love the idea of Tomohiro Ishii hanging out with the conglomeration and being talked up as this party animal when really he's just like this silent, stoic old guy that
Yeah.
everybody thinks is cool and bites to everything, but doesn't really like. He doesn't seem to be fun guy.
Yeah. I don't know.
I
Maybe
like
he is though. You know,
maybe maybe there's a maybe that's what they need to do. They need to do a conglomeration outing, the vignette,
that would
and
be hilarious.
show him getting drunk and partying hard. Like that's what I want to see. Like, not that I need anything more from Tomo. Like, I love Big Tom just the way he is. I'm really glad that he's decided that every summer he's going to come stateside for 3 months instead of doing the G1 and just hang out with his buddies and kick ass all over AEW and put over guys. Like, I love that. Don't get me wrong. I don't need any more than that, but I would like to see him party. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, yeah. After that, we have Kyle Fletcher and Josh Alexander versus Tomohiro Ishii and Kyle O'Reilly.
Yep.
And ding, 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 bring down the counter. That's number 4 use of the ankle lock in AEW since you said that the ankle lock was one of your favorite submissions.
Got to
My
give the
damn
people what they
Texas
want.
Clover Leaves.
People want
Asshole.
ankle locks.
Apparently. Of course, Don Callis is on the commentary desk. Being annoying as usual. And then we get Ishii and Fletcher at the beginning, or no, O'Reilly and Alexander started it off, but they kind of came to a standstill. So Ishii and Fletcher got tagged in, and then they traded for a little bit, but finally Kyle O'Reilly and Kyle Fletcher ended up being the two guys in the ring, and the crowd lost their mind about this. And I'm kind of with Don Callis on this one. Like, what is impossible? The two guys named Kyle can be in the ring at the same time.
Well, I think it's indicative of how we're conditioned, and this isn't just a WWE thing. I know that WWE would try to go out of their way to give everybody a unique name so as to not have any confusion, but that's not a WWE thing. That's a fiction thing.
Yeah,
Whether you're writing a book, whether you're on TV, whether it's in a movie, writers tend to want to avoid confusion and just want to refer to characters by their first name, and that gets difficult if there's more people to share a name.
yeah,
So unless you're going to play it up for comedy, that it's confusion because nobody knows which one you're talking about or whatever. So we as a society are conditioned in our fiction to not have anybody with the same name like on screen at the same time or in the same scene in the book or whatever. So it
mm-hmm.
is kind of novel to have two people not only have the same name in a wrestling company, but to have them in the same match against each other. So, respectfully, while I understand what you and Don are referring to, I kind of actually agree with the crowd on this one. I think it's funny. Like, and it just speaks to TK as like, okay, he's just going to let them have their names. Oh, you two have the same name? Huh? Oh, well. That such is life. You know how many other Adams I've known in my life? A bunch.
Probably a lot.
Like a bunch. We had a conversation before this started about how you knew 12 different errands in freaking middle school or whatever it
Yeah,
was.
yeah,
Like they were all spelled different, but they were all errands.
yeah,
So, I mean, that's just life, man. So to me, it's kind of refreshing to see it be lampshaded in a moment like this. I think it's
yeah.
fun, but that's
So
just me.
they hit Ishii with a what is that, straight jacket pile driver,
Yeah.
and put him down. And then but that gives Alexander the win for Don Callis family. But then Roddy Strong came out to check on Kyle O'Reilly and tried to keep him from checking on Ishii. So we're obviously going to keep going down this road, even though
Yeah.
I would prefer they don't.
I mean, if we wind up getting Kyle versus Roddy on pay-per-view, okay.
That could be
They
a badass
deserve that.
match.
They deserve that on pay-per-view. Don't
Yeah.
like write it off on
And
TV.
not the pre-show on
No, main
pay-per-view.
card, baby.
Yeah.
Those two work their butts off every single time. I
Right.
feel like they're constantly left out.
Um After this, we go outside where Tekla is brawling with someone, and it's not Queen Aminata. It's
Yeah,
Jamie Hayter who she put. I mean, of course it's Jamie Hayter, but Hayter did come back at Forbidden Door, and
she came all the
yeah,
way to
but
Philadelphia to be in one
this
segment and not even
this
in ring one.
yeah, and it didn't show up later.
No,
Spoiler
no, she
alert.
didn't.
But also this segment looked a lot more like two drunk girls fighting outside the bar than it looked like a wrestling.
Hater was
beatdowns.
using lots of props. Yeah,
Yeah, a lot of props, a lot of useless things being swung around, a lot of people tripping and falling over themselves.
yeah.
Uh, a lot of stuff like that was happening. So
At least Tekla did a dive.
yeah, I think that's what saved it, really,
Yeah,
is that dive kind of just brought it all together at the end. Uh, and
but yeah, that was kind of that. Like they brawled for a little while, and then it was broken up, and we
yeah, that was pretty much
switched
it.
over to a different pre-taped backstage thing with Mama Wayne and the
Yeah.
boys.
Mama Wayne and Kip Sabian, who are yelling at each other basically about Kill Switch, who then shows up and growls at Kip Sabian before Kip Sabian blames him for their loss while showing him the completely screwed up eye of his. Like, man, I think it's messed up, isn't it? Um, and so, yeah, but Mama Wayne has Kip Sabian take a walk. So I'm assuming Kip Sabian is probably on his way out of this group, and
I don't feel like
maybe Kill Switch will be in
I
it.
feel like that's a mistake though. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like that's a mistake because Mama Wayne is not going to be a baby face, and they've invested too much in Nick Wayne to turn him baby face once he comes back because he's not going to be back for too long. And they just started heating up Kip a little bit by letting him speak more because he's a good talker. I don't I don't feel like it's the right idea to kick him out in favor of Kill Switch. What I think is the right call is for Kill Switch to not be Kill Switch anymore. Like,
True.
why is he still Kill Switch? It makes no sense. That was a name that the father that you have disavowed gave you. Take back your name, Luchasaurus. Take back your name.
Yeah.
Or give yourself a new one. You know, whatever you want. As far as you're concerned, Kill Switch should be your dead name. Like, it wasn't one that you chose anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and he should be the one to leave the group and team back up with Jack Perry. Have it be a different iteration of that where I mean they can still be heels if you want, but they can like be some completely different. He doesn't even have to wear the mask anymore. He can just be something else. He can just reclaim his identity, try something different, have Jack be, you know, Raven like he was, and have that be their relationship.
Oh, the Raven hair. Oh,
Yeah.
I just will still never buy Jack Perry as a tough guy.
He's been gone for almost a year now.
Yeah.
What have
I'm
they
hoping he
been?
gains some size,
I mean,
mostly height,
hopefully.
but definitely bulk.
Well, I mean,
Uh,
I don't think height's in the
I know there's
cards
nothing you can do about
unless he
that.
puts his hair up even further. Uh,
Uh, come to Texas, man. We'll help you out with that. Anyway, after that
what
we
is their
have
free? What is their free range HGH just everywhere in
no. They
Texas?
just like stack it up. You know, the higher the hair, the closer to God.
Oh, that. Okay.
Yeah. So after that we had hologram versus Jay Lethal, and first of all, that wasn't hologram. Let me be abundantly clear about that. The man in that hologram uniform was not our regular hologram.
You
I
think?
don't know what's happening there, but that was fucking not him.
I mean, if you're referring to the fact that these two had several miscommunication slip ups, then like that can just happen.
Mm-hmm.
But
No, see, here's the weird thing. Hologram doesn't wear a knee brace. Whoever that guy
well,
was definitely wearing a knee brace.
okay, well maybe he hurt his knee. Like,
Maybe,
I mean,
but
that's
just
usually
there's a
why
lot
people
of things that
start
just
wearing
made me
knee
feel like that
braces.
wasn't hologram.
I don't know. I think that's it's a little conspiracy for me. I don't know.
I don't know.
Either way,
WWE had
you
seven Sin Caras, man. I mean, come on.
yeah. Either way, he picks up the win because he's hologram. I will say that beating Jay Lethal is a little step above
Yeah.
his normal wins. I would say. I mean, he's a Ring of Honor legend.
Mm-hmm.
You know, uh, between his two reigns as Ring of Honor world champion, he has the longest time with the belt of anybody else.
Yeah,
Record-setting
700
world
and something
television
days.
champ. Yep. Record-setting
Oh,
world television champion as well. Samoa Joe's legacy essentially was him as the protege. Um, I mean, this is his role now is putting over other guys, but hologram beating him should mean something. It's good to see him getting, finally climbing up the card after 31 wins. Uh, uh, but that wasn't the story. I mean, the match was, eh. There were parts of
yeah.
it that were great, and there were parts of it that were like, could you please get on the same page?
Yeah, they were miscommunicating hard, man. Just
It
that's
it, it winds up being like a C
yeah,
because there are parts that deserved an A and parts that deserve to fail. So you come up somewhere in the middle with it. But the
yeah,
point was, after the match, hologram. I guess they did this at Death Before Dishonor too. They teased a little
yeah,
bit with his programming malfunctioning. This they went a little bit further than Death Before Dishonor, where the lights are flickering and the code comes up on the screen and it says clone, CLON, because it's Spanish. So of
yeah,
course he's El Clone.
yeah,
And a guy with a very similar but still distinct outfit from hologram kind of shows up menacingly on screen, and then everything is back to normal. The best part about this was hologram selling throughout
yeah.
the whole
Like
thing. As
twitching
all
and
the
stuff.
lights are
Yeah,
flickering and stuff, it's like he's a robot that's malfunctioning. And it's like, okay, that's a nice touch. It's like I get what you're going for, and yeah, it's kind of silly, but I'm kind of silly. So yeah, all right,
fair enough.
go for it. Why not? I mean, how else are you supposed to sell that, right?
Yeah.
So
Um.
we're finally getting a story with hologram,
Yeah.
which is nice. And yeah, they've done the whole evil twin thing a bunch of times. I don't know. Maybe this time it will be actually good.
Maybe.
Maybe
Maybe. We'll
it would be a
see.
first. We've
I
had
still am like he's 30-0. Can we get a belt?
yeah, TNT. I like. Wouldn't he be like the perfect guy to take it off of Fletcher down the line?
Nah, not who I would prefer, but yeah, I mean, it
Like
would
you
make
can make it.
sense. He's 30-0. I
Yeah,
mean,
like you can make an argument for a lot of different people to take it off of him. I think hologram probably makes the most sense because he's undefeated.
yeah,
Now this with this evil clone thing, maybe that'll change. Maybe that's who he loses to first. Probably it will be if I had to guess. But still,
hmm,
you know, at least it's something. Like he's been on TV for a year now with no real. I mean, granted, he was injured for a little bit too, but there was no real like direction for him other than winning all the time.
yeah,
So it's good to see them doing something creative with him instead of just LOL hologram wins.
yeah, which is pretty much how it still is.
Yeah,
LOL hologram wins.
at least he's more entertaining than the guys that usually get the LOL treatment.
Yeah. After that, Ricochet and GOA send a message to the Hurt Syndicate. Um, I mean, we're obviously going to get like Hurt Syndicate and GOA.
Oh, and who was right, by the way, in terms of motivation? Who was right? This guy. Remember when we were doing our watch alongs? Like, oh, it's because I thought better of it, but my initial instincts were correct. Because oh yeah, because he embarrassed him and didn't let him join the Hurt Syndicate all
Yeah,
those months ago, and it turns out, haha,
that's
because
exactly why he's mad.
In AEW, heels have memories and are very petty. But Ricochet couldn't do anything because he didn't have any heavies. So
Yeah.
now it becomes clear why he turned down other people and recruited the Gates of Agony specifically because they are heavy hitters who can stand up to the Hurt Syndicate.
Hmm.
Makes
And
sense. That's
yeah,
why he turned down Blake Chris the swirl. That's
the
why he turned
swirl.
down a couple of other guys. Is because they weren't those big bruisers that could go toe to toe with Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin.
Hmm. And they
That's
needed somebody who could believably do that too. Like we weren't
yes.
going to get a trio of chicken shit heels and be like they're going to
No.
beat the Hurt Syndicate.
So yeah, like all the pieces finally fell into place. Like, oh, this is why you wanted to get these boys together to begin with. It
Yeah,
wasn't even to chase trios gold, although that's nice. It's to go after these guys.
yeah. Um, After that, we had sorry, we had Alex Windsor versus Ashley Vox.
You mispronounced that,
What? Oh,
Alex.
Windsor.
Windsor.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not doing it. It's like calling.
It's getting
It's like
kind of
calling Blue
annoying.
Sky Post skeets. I'm just not doing
Yeah,
it.
I
Um,
I'll take it in her entrance, but like she's doing it a little too often now in her
yeah,
promos. I'm like, okay, you're kind of beating it into the ground now.
yeah. Now, in case you're not familiar with Ashley Vox, that's because she's a local talent to Philadelphia.
They did say on
And
commentary she did have two AEW wins before,
I'm
though.
assuming
I'm
on
thinking
Dark
must be because I don't
or
recognize her at
Elevation,
all.
probably Elevation. Um, but yeah, I mean, it was an okay match, but I mean, we obviously knew where this was going, and it didn't last very long. And then we get uh, Tony Schiavone coming into the ring to talk to Windsor, and she basically just tells Mercedes Moné like, "I made you tap once. What makes you think I won't do it again?" Um,
Keep my hubby's name out of your mouth.
yeah, I keep my husband's name out of your mouth. And then she laid out a challenge for Monet, and so we'll see them probably.
It's on Monday or Wednesday rather. It's
Oh,
on
it's on
Wednesday.
Dynamite. Okay, cool.
Yep, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
So Monet's going to win then, because we're probably not going to take it off of her on a non pay per view event.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although I will say this has come as close to feeling like it could happen than I felt in a while. Because it's very clear that they like Windsor.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very clear that Tony Khan is high on the girl, and
Mm-hmm.
rightfully so. She's great, but like I mean, she's been pushed pretty much right out the gate. Like she's gotten a better push than other women in her position have historically. Like for example, my girl Deanna Purrazzo. Ugh,
Yeah. Ugh.
what a man. Like I'm glad that they're putting her in the Ring of Honor Pure Women's Title tournament. I hope she wins. Like
Um.
I feel like that they need to do some serious rebuilding with her.
Well, one of the reasons why she hasn't been on TV much is apparently because she's going to college, and
Okay.
Tony Khan is paying for it. So
Oh, well, okay. I
yeah,
can't
she
hate
just did an
that.
interview like last week or something, or maybe this
Oh,
week. But she talked about how like she's going to school, and it's really important in AEW for everybody to have an education, and Tony Khan pays for your school. So
dude, that's rad.
yeah,
Good
I
for
thought so too.
her. I miss her though, and I miss her push. To me, like, I mean, due respect to Alex Windsor, who has an excellent sharpshooter, but to me, like, I look at Deanna's work, and she reminds me a lot of Bret Hart execution wise.
Yeah,
She's definitely
she's
like,
an obvious influence.
yeah, and I mean, it's always going to make a fan out of me. I'm a big Deanna supporter since I ever saw her in the what was it, the first Mae Young tournament? I can't remember. It was the
I think
first or
so.
second one. But like you know me, I love a techer, and women techers seem to be not quite as prevalent for some reason. I don't know why. I think maybe it's because a lot of men who get into pro wrestling maybe have an amateur base because
Yeah,
they wrestled in high school and not many girls wrestle in high school because
true.
most schools don't have a girls wrestling team.
Yeah,
And
most
so
of them
they'd have to
don't.
do it with the boys. And there are exceptions, like Beth Phoenix famously uh, wrestled in high school with the boys on the boys team
Yeah,
and beat a lot of boys. um, but those are exceptions; those aren't the rule. So,
yeah,
like in New York State, I know it's a rule that if there isn't, if your school doesn't have uh, an equivalent team to that sport, then you have to let the other gender uh at least try out for it. So like
yeah,
for example, we have a baseball team, but we also have, in our school district, there's a baseball team for the boys and a softball team for the girls. Those are
Yeah.
more or less equivalent, but
Yeah.
there's only a girls volleyball team.
Yeah.
So if a boy wanted to try out for the team, by law, they would be required to at least let him try out
Yeah.
because there isn't a boys volleyball team. Same with the wrestling team. There's no girls wrestling team. So
Yeah.
the
See
boys,
here,
you know,
if they create a boys team and it's going to be a problem, so like we have a girls wrestling team. We have girls wrestling
that's
teams everywhere.
awesome. That's friggin'
But
rad.
that's
I
because
love
they
that.
don't want boys and girls touching each other like that. Because yeah, you get your appendages all up in some crazy places when you're
Yeah,
wrestling.
yeah, and
Um,
especially at that age. Oof,
yeah, yeah. So they just
God,
don't
the
want
awkwardness.
they don't
Like,
want them touching each other like that, basically. But they
yeah.
also so they have but the only sports that like there weren't aren't equivalents are football and volleyball, which are considered kind of the equivalent because it's the same season.
Yeah.
But boys don't. I mean, they probably could try out for volleyball, but that doesn't. I've never heard of that
See,
happening.
for New
But
York, volleyball is a winter sport,
I know a
not
bunch
a
of
fall
girls.
sport.
I
Huh.
know a bunch of girls who played football
Yeah,
because there's only one football team, you know. But I knew some big hoss girls, man, who played football, and um, yeah, I mean, so we had that, but I never saw it go the other way. But for everything else, we had a girls team too. We had girls
yeah.
wrestling, softball,
That's
girls
pretty awesome. Not
soccer,
gonna lie, I
all
like
girl
that.
like girls track and field and cross country. We had all that. We usually have a girls. I mean, we only had a boys wrestling team for a long time, and then a girl wanted to wrestle, and they were like, okay, well, girls wrestling team.
And that's cool. I like that. I like that that's how they handled that. Ultimately, like, I mean, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it either way as everybody is safe and happy.
Yeah.
But to see that and say, okay, well, we'll make a team for literally any girl that they want to join. It's
Yeah.
just like it's not only smart, but it's really considerate because
Mm-hmm.
I bet there were a lot of girls who were like, who were,
Oh yeah, it blew up pretty quick.
like they never thought that that was an option, and now it is. And so, like, yeah, like now it's something that they can think about as a possibility. Like that's why DEI is important because it gives
Yeah.
people options and allows them to explore avenues they didn't think were possible or open to them.
Yeah.
So, like, sorry, political crap. I don't want to get into that, but for what it's worth, I think it's awesome that they did that. They did not do that in my school district. Or in my state. Um, but yeah, I don't know where we were or how we got there. Deanna
We are now
Peraza,
at
uh,
Mark Briscoe having his face to face with Don Callis.
another pre-tape,
Um,
I guess.
and yeah, it was probably a pre-tape, but he's basically why they have Mark Briscoe appearing as if he's begging Don Callis for a freaking title match is kind of ridiculous. I don't know why they're doing that, but Don Callis decides to give him a chance by, if you could beat another member of the family, then you can take on Kyle Fletcher. I'm
Well, that's
assuming,
something that Mark Briscoe kind of drags out of him, to
yeah,
be fair. He
but
doesn't, Don Callis would never offer that of his
but
own goodwill.
I mean, we all know how this is going to go. Mark Briscoe is going to beat whoever that is,
Oh, yeah.
and we're going to
It'll
get
probably be
Mark
Rocky
Briscoe as.
Romero.
I bet it's like Lance Archer or something, but
I
it's.
hope it's Lance.
I hope it is, but yeah, it's definitely going to be. They're going to lose whoever it is.
Yeah, whoever it is.
Um, so yeah. After that, we have, uh, I guess, no longer the workhorseman. I guess Adam Priest was he a
Well, they
workhorseman?
said that Adam Priest was added to the horseman, the workhorseman. So I guess it's a stable now, and they're just waiting
Uh,
on what's his face to come back from injury.
I guess so.
But
Uh,
I had heard of Adam Priest. I know he had a couple of shots on Ring of Honor. I'd never seen his work in person before. Gives me real Crash Holly vibes.
yeah,
Like short, kind of, you know, plucky, out with something to prove, that kind of deal. Little bit of a technician. This was okay. It certainly was much more than your standard enhancement match.
Yeah. Um,
FTR gave a lot
yeah,
for
FTR gave
something
a
that they,
lot. And Dax Harwood actually won this match with submission.
yeah, Border City stretch.
Crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Not only that, it was a submission that wasn't a sharpshooter.
yeah. After that, they grab the mic and Wheeler screams for like 3 minutes, and then Dax is like, oh, "Okay, I'll give me the mic. I'm not gonna get upset." Uh,
Yeah,
but he basically they just basically they're going to end this at all out. They're blaming them for Stokely's absence, and then they said this could have been a dream match, but Copeland and Cage ruined that. I don't know how they ruined that. Still a dream match.
yeah.
Also, he did call TLC by its name, and maybe he shouldn't have done it. Like, don't do that, dude. Don't do that.
Yeah,
Don't give them
maybe
any
not.
reason to call. Okay, like don't give them any
No.
reason to call over here. All right,
See,
like,
this is. I still say that as much as I loved Brent Brodito and I was happy for them to win, this is why I thought that FTR should have gotten the belts because then this could be for the belts and they could do a ladder match.
yeah,
I mean, that's the thing about a TLC match is it's not a TLC match is nothing but a ladder match where you highlight extra weapons. In a ladder match, everything is legal, not just ladders. You're not going to get disqualified if you hit somebody with a chair.
yeah,
Okay. You can use chairs and tables in a ladder match. It's fine. So you just book this in a ladder match. Everybody is going to know that people are going to use tables and ladders anyway,
yeah,
because of course that's the implication. This fan base is not that stupid,
yeah,
you know. And you do it in Toronto, and you have Cope and Christian go over. Like that's easy.
yeah.
Wipe your hands and you're done with it, and then you deal with the fallout of a weirdo tag team who used to be on the same page, got together for the sake of convenience, and now are forced to be around each other after they don't even really like each other anymore. Like, they had success they didn't even really think about, and now they have to, you know, make it work
Hmm.
for the long haul. Like, that's interesting. Like, it's different than a normal odd couple tag team because these guys have been together before and they're only an odd couple now, and I don't know. I feel like this was a missed opportunity. With all due respect to Brody King and Bandito, who are fantastic, and I'm happy for them. And in some ways, were the right way to go, as if for no other reason than to say "fuck you" to Ice. Then like, uh, but like I feel story wise, it probably should have been FTR, right?
I don't know. I'm
Like,
happy with it being Brodito, so
eh, I don't know.
I wouldn't
I
change it
can't
really.
change what happens,
Yeah.
so it
After
doesn't
this, we
matter.
had I guess I didn't see this part of. I haven't gotten all the way through Death Before Dishonor yet.
Yeah, I only got like halfway through.
So,
I got
and I
kids.
am watching. I mean, it's free on YouTube. Why wouldn't I watch it?
Yeah,
It
go
came.
watch it,
It
guys.
was cool. Okay, first of all, they streamed it for free on YouTube. For those of you who don't know, for everybody who's like, "Oh, I had to buy Honor Club," no, you didn't. They actually streamed it for free while it was happening live on YouTube. And so I watched like a quarter of it there, and then I watched like a quarter of it since. So I haven't finished it yet, but I
Yeah.
am watching it and I am enjoying it. But I hadn't gotten to this part yet. But apparently, I had gotten to the 6 man, and I'm not a big fan of Shane Taylor Promotions, so y'all know my feelings already on that win.
Yeah, I
Um,
was happy for him.
but apparently, Sammy Guevara teamed with Roosh to win the ROH tag titles and is now a member of La Faction Ingobernables. The only thing I can say about that is that means he's going to be on TV about as much as he is now. Anyway,
I think it's
moving.
a great I think it's a great idea for one reason and one reason only. There's finally a guy in that faction that can cut a promo in fluent English. Now, Sammy Guevara is not the best promo,
That's
but
fair, and also I can boo him again because I inherently want
yeah,
to boo Sammy Guevara.
yeah, he's so booable. He's just got that face, man. But like,
Yeah,
and
he
this
has
isn't
guy at the bar who hit on my
like
wife and got beat up face.
I understand pretty much everything that Roosh says. His accent isn't so thick that I can't understand him, and his grasp of English is pretty good.
Yeah,
But it's not the same as having somebody who can communicate a little
Roosh
bit
speaks
more
a very
clearly.
specific kind of like Texan Spanglish when he tries to
Yeah,
speak English, and I understand him just fine.
yeah, me
But
too.
I understand how not everybody does,
Yeah.
and
Then you
so I
have
get,
Dralistico, who we don't
yeah.
know if he can speak Spanish, but even if he
Has he
English,
ever
but even if
spoken on television?
I don't know, but even if he could, it'd probably be muffled by the mask anyway.
Yeah, he
And
has
then the
like a no
Beast
mouth
Morto
mask.
speaks Beast, so
Ah,
like
yeah. So, well, he speaks barrister
speaks the lang
beast.
he speaks the language of love. Clearly,
Well, I mean,
I mean Mercedes is smitten by the guy.
apparently,
Uh,
which
but
I mean,
point being
I
that
guess
they
I mean, it kind of makes sense. I mean, they both look like goats. Um,
point being point being that now they have a guy who can at least kind of cut a promo that's not hindered by a language barrier, who can kind of more accurately and specifically convey ideas for the group.
yes, yes, but
Um,
still, I think it still remains like,
yeah,
how often do we see Sammy Guevara on TV, and how often
yeah.
do we see
These are the
LSI on
Ring of
TV?
Honor tag belts. These are not
Yeah,
the
like
AEW tag
these
belts.
guys are going to be on TV about as much as they are now.
Yeah. Like, don't get
Yeah,
me wrong, I'm happy for Roosh.
yeah,
I'm
like
actually
strap
really
him
happy
up.
for
Yeah,
Roosh. Yeah.
yeah,
You know, give him something to do. Give him, but like, yeah, as far as AEW television is concerned, probably not gonna make that big a difference.
no. After that, we have Lexi Nair again with Don Callis and Josh Alexander, Kyle Fletcher. They're talking about their upcoming 8-man all-star tag team match where they will team with the Young Bucks. And this was just announced to take on Hangman, Kenny Omega, and Jet Speed. And that'll be this Wednesday on Dynamite as we're recording this. First of all, they gave Josh Alexander like a minute and a half. Fucking awesome. They are
Yeah,
obvious. I mean, based on the Dynamite and in this episode, they're obviously giving him a little more time, taking him a little bit more seriously, which he deserves.
yeah.
Um,
He's a
I
former
wasn't going to
TNA
watch
World
TNA to
Champion.
watch this guy, but I'm totally glad that he showed up over here so I can watch him. He's great.
Yeah,
He's a really good in-ring technician. I think probably right now because we haven't seen too much of him and we haven't seen him in a lot of singles matches where he could really exhibit those skills or at lengthy ones, especially.
yeah,
I think he's probably right now probably one of the most underrated talents on the roster,
yeah.
simply because we haven't had a chance to see him be thoroughly utilized yet. But I have a feeling that's going to be like Kyle O'Reilly on the upswing in the coming weeks, where we're going to see an increased work rate like we did with Kyle.
Well, they're gonna
Um,
have to. Like, fact of the
yeah,
matter is, with both Osprey and Swerve out, there's a big gaping hole for upper mid card baby faces, and you know that they're gonna slot Mark Briscoe into that role. You can see it coming. I mean, he's still feuding with MJF, so he's right there. That still leaves one or two spots kind of open for like the baby face waiting in the wings kind of deal.
yeah,
So I mean, Kyle could be one of those guys. Could be.
yeah,
I
could
don't
be,
think they'll go with him because they haven't already. But I would like to see it
yeah.
personally. I love Kyle O'Reilly. I think he's fantastic. So I don't know if they go in the same. They're both conglomerators too, so I don't know if they would double dip like that in the same faction.
Yeah. After this, we had what I'm presuming was supposed to be a match between Big Bill and Juice Robinson, but was really just kind of a shit kicking.
Yeah,
Juice just kind of got beat up. Like
yeah. I
it
wouldn't go so far as to call this a squash, but it was
was
definitely lopsided.
it was way I feel like this was squashier than like the Workhorseman match or
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Vox Windsor match this week. Like I feel like this was way squashier than that. Like I kind of feel like Juice Robinson kind of squashed. Like
Yeah.
it was it was weird. Like I was like, no way, man. Like Juice Robinson's like a fucking human, fucking Tasmanian devil. Like literally, like he should be chewing Bill up. Like even if he
Right.
loses, he should be chewing him up. And
See, like I know that
none of
he
that
wants.
happened.
I feel like he wants to be taken more seriously now that
Yeah,
he's come back from injury, but like I don't think he values how much we liked him being crazy.
Yeah. I
like
mean,
and
I get if he was,
unpredictable.
I get if he's trying to change because he got a lot of like Macho Man comparisons and stuff like that. But really, dude, this shit was working for you. So maybe just like dry
Ride
your
it
hair
out.
out, grow your beard back, and get your little
Yeah,
circular glasses out and go back full Wild Wild West villain again.
yeah.
And let's just do that, okay?
I
Because like
definitely
I
preferred
liked
that
that
version.
juice.
Yeah, I like the honeycomb monster version.
Yeah, I need the
Yeah,
honeycomb monster juice. I don't need this juice. I need the bring us the juice that Tony Storm
it's
fell in
like
love with. You son of a bitch.
you are with Tony Storm. I'm sure she can give you ideas of
Yeah.
how to be weird and wacky and wild and have us
Like
love
it
you.
would be great if he was like if he the kind of did a male version of what she's doing with like an old like an old like black and white film star type thing. But he is not like classically handsome like that. So
No,
I mean he's not an ugly dude, but he's not classically handsome, but he
no.
definitely needs that beard bag,
He
bro.
looks like a cartoon is the
Yeah,
problem.
a little bit. And the promo pictures where you're like got the big cheesy smile, we got to cut that, man. Come on, like you got a 5 o'clock
Yeah.
shadow back now, so like take him again. It's
Yeah.
already time for a new promo pick, and as your beard grows out, just keep taking new ones and stop smarling enough. You are not
What
Willow
I would like to
Nightingale,
see
all
as his
right?
beard grows in, further and further, have the smile get smaller and smaller and smaller.
So he
It's
goes right
like
back to
it's
just
like his
yeah.
happiness is in direct proportion to how clean shaven he is.
Oh, maybe play like a germaphobe angle. Like I hate having
I don't
this
know.
beard. Like
Like
you all
he's
won't accept me unless I have this beard, but I hate it because it's full of germs.
yeah,
Which would
something.
be
I don't know.
totally on. I mean, it'd be goofy juice,
Goofy
100%. But
juice.
yeah. Um. So yeah, that was a good shit kicking. But apparently this is still all because they lost the 200K in that tag team four way or whatever.
Yeah.
God, guys, come on. Like, okay. Like I hate getting reminded of those gimmicks that they were happening there for a while. It seems like Tony's gotten away from them finally, but we still have little
Uh,
remnants like this. And then people are like,
yeah, I
"Oh yeah,
said
this all started because of it." It's like, "Oh, you gotta talk about that shit again."
yeah.
And they
I
kept
mean,
doing it like throughout the episode. They did it with the hologram too. Like they were talking about how he won his 4 million peso match, and I was like, "God, stop talking
yeah.
about it."
I mean, Tony did in an interview. I sent it to you on Blue Sky, but I think you were on your little sabbatical.
Yeah, I
Uh,
am on my little sabbatical right now, kind of. I don't have the app installed, but I'll go on like on the actual um
like
like browser
yeah,
and I'll look at it on the browser. But that way I don't just like click into Blue Sky and just sit there starting doom scrolling. It's bad for my mental health.
yeah. Well, Tony basically said that he's been enjoying those matches because you can add that out. uh,
I'm not gonna.
Tony said that he's enjoyed those matches because he doesn't have to pay the Young Bucks that money anymore. so, so I mean,
Okay, that's
like,
okay. Funny reason, funny enough. Okay, I'll give him that.
yeah, you should check it out. I like I said, I tagged you in it, so you can check your notifications for it. But yeah, it's like a 30-second, not even long. But yeah, it is. I thought that was kind of funny. First,
Yeah.
in any
Um,
case, next this was Skyflight backstage promo, and
this was so short, I completely missed it.
Layla Gray is counting money. Don't know why. She's
Don't
just
know
like
why.
flipping bills in her hand. I mean, the reason she's doing that isn't clear until the end, when she swears and Chris Daniels takes away one of the bills that she's counting for the swear jar, which I think is an interesting bit. At least it gives her something to do, for God's sake.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's basically just like them saying, you know, they're celebrating the fact that they're 3-0. But Darius speaks up and he's like, we beat Shane Taylor Promotions and now they're the Ring of Honor six-man tag champs and we're not. What are we even doing?
Well,
Time to take
hopefully
this
trying to win the
seriously.
AEW trios championships first of all,
Yeah.
and not the, like could we please not have people on AEW television pining over ROH belts, please? Like,
Yeah, it's tough because you want to promote ROH with every avenue you have, but the ones that's going to see the most eyeballs are your AEW shows.
yeah,
So like it's kind of a double-edged sword there. You're damned if you do and damned if you don't. You're clogging, by doing this, you're getting eyeballs on ROH in theory, but at the same time you're kind of clogging up time for stuff that could be AEW specific stuff. And like, you know, I mean this was only like a minute long. It wasn't like taking up too much time, but still it's a distraction at best, you know.
yeah. I don't like that, but like I said, it was so short that I pretty much missed the whole thing. Like all I saw at
Yeah.
the end was like I literally was able to pay attention again, and she was swearing, and he took her money, and I was like, oh, haha, that's funny. What else happened?
And
But
that was it.
nobody in my living room who was also watching the program with me could answer the question because it was so fast. Apparently, I think it was like right after a commercial too. So like I think some people, I mean, even me, I might have just thought it was just another commercial, at
Yeah.
first. Since I was hearing it from another room, like there was nobody welcoming us back to Dynam or back to Collision or anything like that. So it just,
Yeah.
it just flew completely under my radar. Um, Although I was paying attention when we got our Gabe Kidd promo, which I hate this guy more every time I see him. Uh, the first time I ever saw him, I watched that Wrestle Kingdom match between him and Kenny. It was great. I was like, this Gabe Kidd dude has something, and his stock has been a diminishing return every time I see him ever since.
Hmm.
I just don't like this guy. I, I just
Yeah,
I
I
just
want to
don't
see
like
him.
him.
I don't know. I really can't determine for myself whether it's the good kind of dislike or the bad kind of dislike. Like I don't want to see him, but I do enjoy seeing him get beat up. For
Well,
some,
that's good
like,
news because in
yeah,
this promo he talks about how he wants to take Darby Allin's soul and leave him as a broken, brittle, frail freak. And in wrestling, that's what we call foreshadowing because that means that Darby Allin is going to absolutely maul him ahead of
yeah,
his match with Moxley. That's going to
yeah.
happen. Like
I'm okay with that.
Gabe Kidd's getting mauled on fucking Dynamite. Okay, that should happen.
I'm okay
Or
with that,
next week on Collision. Did he
or
say next week on
whatever.
Collision, or was this Collision or
I
Dynamite?
don't remember. I want to say Dynamite, but I don't know
If it
that. I
is, that's a
can't remember.
stacked ass Dynamite for Wednesday.
Yeah, no kidding.
Lee, like they're really stacking it up, man. Like got Hanger and Kenny in the same match. Fucking Moxley and Garcia.
No, they're on Collision.
Oh, they're on. Oh shit! Then it's just a stacked week then,
Yeah.
because that's both pretty stacked enough. Okay, then we have um, what this was the main event, right?
Yes,
The
the
women's
six
the
woman
women's
tag.
trio
Yep.
match. Yeah. Okay,
Yep.
so we had our main event, which happy joy. We got our women in the main event again, and of course it's the main event because it's timeless Tony Storm. Our interim ROH Women's World TV Champion. I hadn't got to this in the show either, so they totally spoiled Death Before Dishonor, this part of Death Before Dishonor for me, along with a couple other parts during this show, because our interim ROH Women's World TV Champion is Mina Shirakawa, and they teamed with Aminata to go against Billy Starks and two of three of the Dim Spooky Bitches.
Yes.
I
Interesting to see
don't want.
Billy
I'm not going
Stark.
to call them the Triangle of Madness, but I will say this live on the podcast, as I have already told Danny on Blue Sky, um, in a post. Her videos are so kick ass, and that video that she made for them is
Yeah.
really kick ass.
Yeah.
Like it's so good.
Really, it's really well done.
Yeah. She does really immaculate work. Her videos have upped the production value of AEW as a whole, not
Oh,
just the stuff she's
100%.
doing. Like she has raised the bar for production in AEW
Yeah.
as far
People
as
are trying to.
vignettes and entry videos and Tron videos and stuff like all of that. She has really like created an A game aura in the production area.
Yeah. People
And
are trying to keep up or outdo her.
yeah, and Tony, you need to just go ahead and like put her on the payroll, man. Like,
Yeah.
why not? Look at
You know,
look
why
just
is she still a freelancer?
yeah, give her what is probably a paltry amount of money to you, and she'll do this for you every day.
Yeah. Just have her make over the entire roster for all
Yeah,
for
yeah,
all.
do the whole, yeah, yeah, fucking do everybody. Like, here's everybody on the roster. Make them all presentable the way you did for Triangle of Madness or any of the other stuff. But really, her work with Julia Hart has been like the top tier shit.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
yeah.
been she's absolutely nailed the presentation for Julia Hart specifically.
Mhm.
Like they are very, very much on the same page.
Yeah. But I'd
What
love
she
to
said.
see like what she could do with somebody like Willow or
Yeah.
or like Deanna when we got her back on TV, like once we
Yeah.
repackaged her and done our thing with her, whatever we're gonna do, or Aminata, anybody. Like, let's just do everybody a video package. Fuck it. Let's see what happens when you pair her with
I
Timeless
think
Tony Storm
I think
and do that
Aminata
stuff.
would do really, really well with something like that would really benefit from
Yeah,
that too. Because like we know her, but we don't really like know her.
yeah.
Like I
All I
feel
know
like
is that she's a dangerous follow.
yeah, yeah.
She's a dangerous follow if you're a married guy.
Yeah.
Because on I don't have Twitter anymore, but last time I followed her was on Twitter, and she like lived in her underwear, and so it was like, okay, like I
I
can't
was
follow.
just
Sorry.
honestly, I was just glad to see she made it back to the US.
Yeah. I was glad to see that she had made it back.
Somebody
That is
stole all her
so
stuff
fucking
in
shitty.
London.
Whoever stole her stuff, you're a fucking asshole. And I know
Oh
you're not going
yeah.
to hear this, but still, I want it to be put out into the universe so the universe knows you're a dickhead so that maybe you get the karma that you are due for what you did. Because that's shitty. Like you not only did you jack somebody's bag, but it happened to be a fucking foreign national who then got stuck in your country because you
Yeah.
jacked their fucking passport and shit. Like,
Especially like it's not as bad in England as it is over here in
I mean,
the
well,
States right now for foreign nationals, but still, like
thankfully, like Tony has the
they're going
money and the
through it.
sway. Like we have good relations with Great Britain, so it wasn't a problem for a U.S. citizen to be stuck over there for a little bit. It wasn't a dangerous country. Tony Khan has a shitload of money, so she was probably put up in a really nice hotel for a few
Yeah.
days and given whatever she wanted for that amount of time. Like he was probably like, "Hey, I'm just gonna give them the credit card for incidentals, and you get massage, do your spa day and whatever, and relax. We'll get you an appointment at the State Department, at the consulate. We'll get you rushed a new passport. I'll pay for that." Like I'm sure Tony did all of that stuff
Yeah.
because she didn't have a passport a few days ago, and
And she's in the US now.
she's in the U.S. So yeah, I have never like that is an example of money
Yeah.
creating a working bureaucracy because they don't
Yeah.
fucking move that fast normally.
Nope.
Okay, nobody moves
Palms were
that fast.
definitely greased.
Oh fuck yeah, they were. Fuck yeah, but yeah, so that's our two teams. I really enjoyed this match. This is probably my match of the night
Yeah, this was
for
fun.
this
This
show.
was a lot of
It
fun.
was a lot of fun. Yeah, I had a good time. I really like Tony's gear in this one. Like the
Yeah, it
the
looked
the
great.
different color stripes. Like I felt like it like that clown thing she had going on at Forbidden Door with the
It had
hair. Like
acquired taste.
I didn't like that too much. This though, this gear was cool. I
It
liked
was
it.
very Art Nouveau, and I loved
Yeah,
it.
yeah, real vaudevillian.
Yes, yes,
And
yes, yes.
yeah, and I liked it a lot. But yeah, but other than that, first of
Julia
all,
Hart.
once again, please stop destroying the faces of these young female wrestlers. Like poor Julia, her nose got just like Harley level splayed across her freaking face, and I missed where it actually happened.
I think it was the forearm that Aminata gave her.
Oh man, it was something though. But
You can
like
I saw
God,
somebody they took the clip and they separated it and they slowed it down a little bit, and you can see it was so hard that while Mina is there on the apron, cheering on, even Tony broke character. She's like,
ooh.
yeah,
Mina's a
like
sicko like us though, so of course she's
yeah.
cheering. Like, but
Oh, I'm
yeah, I
so
mean,
glad she's back.
it's
I missed her.
I mean, you just destroyed. I mean, okay, for those of you who don't understand, it's definitely fucking broken. Okay, like it's broke.
I will say the visual of it just pouring out her face
and
and
her
her
still
just
like,
looking like this, like,
yeah,
oh,
dude.
she looks like such a
She knows how to
badass.
play it up. Like she's very good at
Yeah,
playing up the spooky little tiny
absolutely.
blonde Undertaker
Yeah,
is what she is. She's a little
yeah.
itty bitty
She's the
Undertaker.
blonde Undertaker.
Yeah, the blonde Undertaker. I love it. I love it. I'll take it. Like, but yeah, she's just the itty bitty Undertaker. And if he doesn't give her the like, you should watch that product and understand that this girl like is obviously influenced by you
Oh, absolutely.
and is doing it justice. Is
Yeah,
really like able to play the role the way it should
yeah.
be played.
Like she can't no sell like the Undertaker because she's not 6'10".
No, she's not
Okay,
6'10" and 300
but
pounds.
she
She's
does what
5'2" and
she
probably 110 soaking wet.
yeah, but she does what she can with what she has and
Yeah,
does it justice.
yeah. Definitely all the crazy versions of the old school that she does.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, so um, other than her nose getting split across her face, a lot of really fun wrestling here. I mean, obviously
Sky Blue
Tekla,
was doing work.
yeah, Sky Blue was
She
working her ass off.
yeah, she was in the match a lot.
Yeah.
Uh mostly getting her ass
Well,
kicked.
after I think Julia getting her nose broke probably had changed plans on
Bro,
the
yeah.
fly
Yeah.
to keep her out of the ring as much. So Sky probably took over most of that. Um, Tekla does hit the ring after the match is over, but of course Queen Aminata sees her and is like, "Fuck, hit it," So
Yeah.
they briefly continue their on-site feud, but then it's broken up. Um, and then
They target Tony with
yeah,
uh double super kicks to her while she's on her knees, and then they hold her up for Tekla's spear after
mhm.
doing her spooky spider walk, and then they do the same to Mina, and then Aminata comes back in. They do the same to her. It felt dragged out. I'm wondering if they
It's
were
crazy
killing
because
time.
that this part felt dragged out, and then at the end when they were standing tall, they were just standing there for like 4 or 5 whole minutes, and I'm
Yeah,
like, they
it seemed
went
like
through. I think they
forever.
the match should have been a little longer.
I
They
wonder if
shouldn't have had to
they just
drag
had a
out.
timing off. Maybe
Yeah,
they
I
needed to end early because of Julia's nose. Maybe
they
she was
probably okay.
scheduled,
So they probably decided to take it home because of the nose,
and she was probably scheduled to
but
take one or two bigger spots with bigger bumps.
yeah, but
And so they had
production
to cut those
probably
out.
told them, hey, like you shortened the match. We get that, but you got to stay out there because we have to fill the allotted TV time, which means y'all have to stay out there and quote unquote celebrate your win here way longer than you should. And
What
that's
they should
basically
have
what
done was
happened.
they should have called an audible and had Jamie Hayter come in after all and clear house. That's what they should have done.
Yeah, they should have.
Or at least
The
have
fact
her
that
be the
Jamie
fourth
Hayter
one to
didn't show
take
up at
the
all
thing.
here is
It was
weird.
weird.
It's
It was
weird that
weird.
she
You
didn't
knew
show
she
up.
was there. They flew her in just to have her do a backstage brawl. Like
Yeah, that seems
easy paycheck, good for Jamie Hayter, but like it seems like a waste of time.
yeah, a little
Like
bit.
yeah, like if I was in this position and I knew they were going on, I would try and get a hold of Jamie and be like, hey, look, go out there, uh, and tell tell him things have changed, while you're out there, and then take the same finish combo that the other three just took. That would pad out the time a little bit more at least. You know, so I don't
Yeah.
know.
But yeah,
Anyway, I don't know that I'm not sure if this means Tekla is targeting Tony Storm. It seems like it might be, but we also have, you know, the blood and guts match that we were all kind of anticipating too. Like, and now, you've got more people kind of involved in that story. It seems like I don't know what's going on.
I mean, it keeps getting to be more people. It might have to be an Anarchy in the Arena match.
My feeling is maybe they'll do Tekla versus Tony, but then the rest of them will be in the cage. So it's not the entirety of them spooky bitches, just two to three, because Tekla's already got the title match or
Yeah,
something
maybe,
like that.
maybe.
So it would be what? It would be Harley, Chris, Willow, uh,
Aminata
Aminata,
and Hater.
and 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 who? Sorry,
Hater.
and Hater, right? Although Hater might corner Tekla though, or
Yeah.
not corner Tekla, might corner
Tony.
um Tony,
Tony. Yeah.
so that because Tekla, I don't know, but I mean it would be the other two plus Megan Bain, Penelope, and well, that doesn't work because there's no other heel there.
Yeah.
That's the problem there is there's no other heel there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I do not know.
I don't know.
But
We'll have
like
to wait and
we've
see, I
been
guess.
we're overdue for a blood and guts match this year. Like it was appointment TV for several years now. We haven't had one yet. We all want it to be the women. We all assume it's going to be with the women. When is it going to be? Who's going to be in it? I don't know. And it keeps kind of shifting. And I'm like, I kind of need it. I'm wondering if maybe they're saving it to counter program.
Maybe.
They'll release something, some show. WWE will be like, oh, we're going to counter program with it. Oh, we're going to counter your counter programming by having this be the blood and guts episode. Like
Yeah.
I know that nothing WWE could put on would get me to miss a blood and guts episode,
No.
even if I was watching both programs. So you know, maybe they're just saving that as a card to be. You can't save that card for too long though, because people are going to want it. You can't just have it treading water forever.
Yeah.
Just oh, I don't know. Either way, this was a good episode. I
Yeah.
felt,
Yeah, it was
some
pretty good.
questionable
It was
things,
pretty
but for the most part, I thought the wrestling was pretty good, and I can't wait for Danny and Mox to run it back next Saturday. Because
Yeah, it's
that'll
gonna be
that'll be
wild.
probably, if I had to guess, that's probably gonna be one of the best collisions of the year.
I hope
So,
so. I definitely hope so.
all right. Well, that does that does it for our reviews. What do we do next, man? What do we do? Close things out.
I think we do like the pros do and we call it in the ring.
Oh, call it in the ring. All
Yeah.
right, of course. So we were getting to thinking, uh, even though AEW is kind of known as like the wrestling promotion as opposed to the sports entertainment promotion, um, AEW wrestlers tend to be really kind of funny. Like they just tend to be
Yeah.
like they tend to inject humor probably in different ways, less more organic ways, or more insider ways than WWE does. But I don't think that means they're any less funny ultimately. And so we were thinking, oh man, there are a lot of those moments littered throughout the 6 year history of AEW. Why don't we go over some of our favorites?
Word.
So that's what we're gonna do this week. And I'll let Aaron start it out.
Oh man. Okay, look. Some people are gonna probably be upset about this because they're gonna say that wasn't funny. But every time I think about it, it's more and more like every time I think about it, it's more ridiculous than the time I thought about it before. And that is Eddie explodes.
Okay, so we're going with the unintentional
This is
thing
yeah, okay.
first.
This is the only thing
Okay.
on my list that's unintentionally funny, but
Okay.
it is funny. Okay, I mean, come on,
It
poor Eddie laid on that
I
man for like 3 minutes waiting for an explosion that fizzled out like a squeaky church fart.
I think that enough time has gone by that we can all agree that in hindsight, yes, this was a mistake. But yes, this was also incredibly funny in hindsight.
It was
Yes, this was
hilarious.
like I think a lot of fans really kind of it rattles their chains because it was like the first thing that kind of gave the WWE partisans some ammo
Yeah,
against AEW,
like
and
look what that.
that
Look at that.
hurts.
Yeah,
I can agree that that hurts, and that wound tends to say, but come on, objectively speaking, this was hilarious.
Oh, it was totally funny. 100%.
Like, like in the moment, yeah, it was really unimpressive and disappointing. But looking back on it now, honestly, like, how can you not laugh at it?
No,
How can
I
you
mean, yeah, how
not?
could you not, dude? Yeah. It's fucking hilarious. I
This
went back and
this
watched
still,
it back the other day. Like I watched the whole match. I was like, man, this match was actually kind of good.
yeah,
And
the match
then
itself is
and then that
great and
last
it
three
has great
minutes really
psychology and
like, dude,
like,
I wasn't even that stoned, and I was just laughing my ass off that whole last 3 minutes. Like, look at, and he's laying on him, covering his head, shaking his feet, like
he's
he's
just doing
scared
what
to
he was supposed to
death.
do.
And it might as well have been like just four fucking Fourth of July sparklers that you give to your kids attached to the ring post. Like,
And then the next Dynamite, they had the Elite come out and they make fun of it, and you get
yeah,
that beautiful line from Kenny Omega to Don Callis, 69 me, Don, 69 me.
69. Yeah. So yeah, it
Oh,
just that unintentionally funny, but yes, funny as hell.
yeah. I
Um,
mean, here you've got like two of the most serious, uh, guys in the entire company, and Eddie and Mox, and they have to sell this thing. And even Mox, once the show went off the air, he got up, he sold, you know, that he'd come to. He's like, well, you know, there's a lot of things you could say about Kenny, but you can't build an exploding death match for shit. Like at least they knew immediately that they had to do something about
yeah,
this. Had to
like they're gonna have to
address it.
take the piss out of themselves, or everybody
Yep.
else is going to.
Yep. Absolutely.
And so that's why the elite went out there and did that. I mean, yeah, we
Yep.
have to take the piss out of ourselves, or everybody else is going to do it.
You'll so um mine's a little bit more uh intentional. Uh I believe it was Best Friends versus was it Darby and somebody? I can't even remember who it was. But the moment with Sting and Orange Cassidy on the outside doing the Orange Cassidy shtick with the kicks and
Yeah,
Sting just running with it, his little tiny gorilla beating chest thing. Like, oh my god! After hearing so much crap from so many old heads about how Orange Cassidy didn't respect the business and this, that, and the other thing, to see a legend, a bona fide
yeah,
legend
like a
like Sting,
worldwide loved
not
guy like Sting, because everybody
not
loves
only
Sting.
show that he got it, but that he endorsed it by going
Dude,
along with
when
it.
he did the little baby chest beat,
I lost
I
it.
lost my fucking mind,
I
dude. Yeah, it was
lost it.
fucking
I was
hilarious.
I fell off my couch. I was
Dude,
on the
yeah,
floor.
yeah, I was just
I
dying,
don't
dude. I
remember
was like,
anything
oh my
else about
god.
that match, but I remember that happening on the
Hmm.
outside. It was incredible, and it was just one of those it's like it was one of those things that you knew that Orange Cassidy was over.
Yeah,
Like he was over
he's
over.
over with the boys now. Like he's
Yeah,
over.
if
Yeah,
if if you can get over with Sting, nobody else should have a problem with their gimmick.
no, not at all, not at all. And argue with Sting, y'all. Somebody else can do that shit. Not gonna be me.
No, me neither.
Yeah, I'm not arguing with fucking Sting because
No,
you know how to get the entire wrestling community on both sides of the picture to fucking hate your guts. Say something bad about Sting.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
y'all want to know how JD from New York became so hated?
Ugh,
Because he badmouthed Sting a few times.
ugh.
That's
Is
how it
that why? I
started.
just thought he was. Is that how
No,
it
no,
started? I just thought he was.
he's a jackass, but there's tons of people who are jackasses who have millions of listeners. Cornette. Um, but the reason people hate JD from how that started was that he decided he was going to badmouth Sting a little bit, and we don't fucking do that here. Doesn't matter what
No.
company you're a fan of, we don't do that here.
Yeah.
So everybody thinks WWE was wrong for how they treated Sting.
Yeah.
Everybody
Literally
loves
everyone.
Sting.
Yeah.
So
To this day, I can't understand why Vince didn't put Sting and the Undertaker at WrestleMania. Why he didn't think anybody would want to see that. That's all we
that's
wanted to
all
see
we
from
wanted to
Sting.
see.
That's all we wanted to see from Sting. That's the
Yeah.
only thing we wanted to see from Sting. Anything else was icing on the cake, but that was the cake. That's what we
Yeah.
wanted.
That was the cake.
Like,
Yeah.
they never gave us the cake,
Like
let alone the icing.
what they gave us was a fondant show with nothing in it.
Yeah,
With that was Triple H versus Thing.
I was there for that.
Ugh, sorry.
That was that show. WrestleMania 31 is a great show, but that took the wind out of our sails a bit when he lost. There was no
Yeah.
reason for him to lose.
No.
Also, no reason for the NWO of all people to come save him.
Yeah.
What? Come on, get out of here. If it was just Scott and or if it was just Kevin and he was doing Wolfpack, then yeah, okay, I could at least see that. But
Yeah.
all three of the original guys in black and white, no, get out of here.
Right.
Get out of here. How dumb do you think we are?
Um, so yeah, so my next one is kind of what inspired this Call It in the Ring segment. Not what really inspired it, but kind of the basis of it, and that's Jake Hager's I like this hat. When Jericho handed him that purple hat and he lost his ability to say any words besides I like this hat, um, was probably the best work he did in AEW. I
Yeah, it's the
mean,
most entertaining thing he ever
yeah,
did.
it was the most entertaining thing he ever did. It was hilarious because they
Yeah.
could be in the middle of a 9-person like fiery JAS promo, and suddenly Jake Hager jumps on the mic. He's like, "Yeah, I love this hat," and you got Chris Jericho fucking dying on screen, like trying so hard not to laugh, like where basically he's about to blow a snot web if he doesn't laugh out loud.
I
Like,
you
oh
know, I don't like Jake
yeah,
Hager
and
as a
screw Jake Hager
person,
as a person, but this
but
was funny.
that should have
Okay,
been more over than it was.
yeah, it was
Let's
funny.
let
The
let's call
timing on it was
a spade
impeccable.
here. That should have been more over than it was.
Yeah, for sure,
For
for sure.
real.
It was
The longer it went on, the funnier it got.
yeah, yeah. The more yeah, but it was funny. It was really funny at the beginning, and then it wasn't that funny, and then it was really funny again. It went through a few different cycles, but it was mostly funny, and his timing was really good with it.
Yeah.
So he'd be, you know, they just every time he popped up and did it was just happened to be the right time for that to happen to make it as funny as it possibly could be. And that shit was funny, and
Yeah.
nobody gets to tell me different. So I thought this shit was funny.
Um, I know this one's playing into recency bias, but I really do think that all the stuff with the Young Bucks recently is
Oh,
all-time
this shit has
classic
all been
stuff.
funny. This shit
Like
has all been funny. I've laughed my ass off. When they called
the
him
gummy
Rod
bu
and Todd, I lost my fucking shit,
the
dude.
gummy bear spot.
Oh yeah, put the
The
most
gummy
dangerous thing
bear
you can
spot.
find in England in this
Oh
bag,
my
and it's
God.
gummy bears, dude. I was like, oh, that's fucking hilarious.
I loved it.
Um,
It was so good. And coming out to Mbop, which
Come about the
was
Umbop,
which was
sparklers for
their
Pyro,
yeah. In the
or
Comic Sans font.
no video available today, or like just
uh
no nameplates or all the different
every everything
nameplates.
with Justin Roberts announcements.
Oh god, just the Justin Roberts part of this has been hilarious.
Like
Have we seen
everything
him since
about
they kicked him?
uh I don't think so.
Huh?
No. I think he's off probably selling
He
it.
might he might be vacation. I mean, fuck, I
Maybe.
guess.
Good for him. He deserves
Yeah,
it. But
everybody
yeah,
does.
like this whole thing, this whole gimmick from top to bottom of them being ex EVPs and persona non grata from pretty much everybody except Don Callis, the most
Yeah,
persona non grata.
yeah,
Like I feel like it's already mined a ton of comedy gold.
yeah,
Like I mean, and that's just them going basically back to being what they did on BTE,
yeah,
before they stopped for a while. So those guys have such great comedic timing, and it's so goes so far when you're willing to take the piss out of yourself.
yeah,
When you're willing to look like an idiot in front of people, it's ingratiating. It lets people know that yes, I know I'm not perfect. Please forgive me for my foibles. Like it's endearing.
yeah.
Even as heels, it's endearing. So yeah, that's like I said, recency bias is playing a part here, but I do believe that when all is said and done with this aspect of their presentation, that it's gonna go down as like all-time comedy stuff.
Yeah. Um, I had one thing written down here, but it's kind of an overall thing, and it's just Don Callis. Don Callis is one of the funniest things on AEW television. Okay. Yo Soy Hechicero, um, the paintings, the velvet
The
paintings, like
paintings.
every one of them has been hilarious. Like the one with Jericho beheaded, the
Yeah.
super homoerotic one we just got with Kyle Fletcher. There's been a few others, but like Don Callis is just kind of overall a very
He's
funny
gonna go down as
individual.
one of the best heel managers in history before it's all
Yeah,
said and done.
yeah. And
This run has
I
been
wouldn't have called
fantastic.
that when he was the Jackal on
No,
ECW on
no,
TBN.
back when he had hair.
Yeah, ECW on TNN back when they were on a Christian network. It was so
Yeah.
weird. But when he was the bad network representative that kept ECW from being ECW, like
Cyrus the Virus.
mhm.
Uh, yeah, no, he's been so good. And the great thing is that he does it selflessly.
Yeah,
He knows his role and it's very evident that he wants all of his boys to get over.
yeah,
And because he's doing a different thing with each one of them. You notice
hmm,
that, like the Yosoya Tricero thing, the carrying the belts for Okada thing, the the different thing with Kyle Fletcher and uh, uh, Alexander. Like he's doing something different with every single one of them as
yeah,
best he can, as much as time allows for him to do
yeah,
that. And granted, that's an uphill climb because his stable is enormous, but uh, like he's still somehow makes it work, all while looking like a dong ballad. So
oh gosh, yeah. His 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 uh his urethra hole is off center.
yeah, I noticed that
I wonder if like if he takes off his suit,
right
is he
here.
shaped like this?
Oh no, is he all veiny?
Probably.
Does he go like this?
He looks like a big fleshy spaceship. Uh,
Gross. Uh, but yeah, no, I totally get you. Like he is, you know, he doesn't play it. I mean, he plays for laughs, but he doesn't play it for laughs.
no,
Like he plays it straight to get
he
laughs.
plays it straight, but he's naturally funny. He's got
Yeah,
very good timing. He knows the right things to say to make it funny, even if it's not supposed to be.
yeah,
Like he's good like that. Like I have a lot of love for Don Callis. Like he reminds me a lot of like the old school guys like Heenan or Cornette or any of those guys who I whether you like them or not, like those were some of the best heel managers ever, and I admire them for that. And I admire Don Callis in the same way. Like he's just such a good heel manager. Like I would
yeah.
love to do nothing more than to like wear nice suits and accompany fucking awesome wrestlers to the ring while being a complete shit ass and talking all the shit. Like fucking that's like the best job in the world. He gets to do it for like 12 dudes. Like
Yeah,
he is constantly like in Japan and in Mexico doing this shit with them. Like Don Callis probably is one of the hardest working dudes in AEW. Be
yeah,
perfectly honest. Like with as big as this stable is, having to get them all over individually, like you were saying, but also like going to Japan with them with Takeshita and going to Mexico with Echicero and like doing all the shit he does. He probably is one of the hardest working dudes
yeah,
in AEW who isn't like one of the who isn't like Takeshita,
yeah.
and Takeshita probably is the hardest working dude in AEW because he has 3 fucking contracts he has to honor,
I mean, you can make
which
a case for
means,
Rocky Romero
well, yeah, I mean,
being liaison to all these
and
places
vice
and
president of
wrestling.
New Japan, isn't he like the vice president of New Japan?
I
I want to say
don't
he's like
know.
I want to say he's in the hierarchy now. Like, I can't remember what he does there, but I know he works at New Japan and he works at AEW and as like back in backstage capacities, and then also works on the show, like as a wrestler. Not as often, but still, he works in a backstage capacity on both, as far as I know.
Behind the scenes. In addition to his in-ring career, Rocky Romero has played a key behind-the-scenes role in several major wrestling promotions, including New Japan, All Elite Wrestling, CMLL. at New Japan, involved in talent recruitment, contract negotiations, spanning the presence in the United
So
States.
he's
Da,
the
da,
he's the Jim Ross of
da.
New Japan.
Yeah, kind of. And like English language liaison, it seems like
Yeah.
that.
But
Um,
that also means he speaks Japanese well enough
yeah.
to be that liaison. So yeah, that dude is yeah, he
But
probably
I
works
mean,
pretty hard.
he's so important. Like
Yeah.
he really is. I love the guy for all these for being the bridge to
Yeah.
that connects all these different little wrestling kingdoms across the world
Hmm.
and facilitates uh diplomatic relations, let's say. Fantastic. Good for him. Um, do you remember do you remember the one video that showed on an episode of Dynamite right after Wardlow turned face, where they wound up in Long Island, and Max Friedman put this promo together that was like a parody of the Dark Side of the Ring. That was all people just hyping up Max for the Long Island crowd, and it's narrated by Chris Jericho,
Oh
who's like,
yeah, okay.
who's like,
Yeah.
I there's that. I mean, all of it's ridiculous about how everybody, they get legendary Jewish wrestler Barry Horowitz saying, "Man, he's the best Jewish wrestler that I've ever seen," and that's coming from me or something along
Well,
those
I mean,
lines.
it's
The
Dean
best part
Malenko
of it,
has entered the chat.
the best part of it though, was right in the middle of it. Chris Jericho, who's doing the voiceover because he does, the
He does
voiceover
Dark
for
Side of
Dark
the
Side of
Ring
the
through,
Ring,
through it. Yeah.
he's like, I don't even know why I'm doing this. I hate Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Everybody knows this. Oh wait, he's paying me how much? Oh, okay, I'll do that. Yeah, sure. Let's keep going. Like it it managed to like rope in a reason that he would actually do it too after they had that feud for a year. Like
Yeah.
it was so smart and it was so smarmy and it was so incredibly obsequious and just sucking up to the Long Island crowd that you knew was gonna cheer Max no matter what. You might
Yeah.
as well lean into
Except
it.
for
It
his
was
parents.
except for his parents who hate
We hate him. Yeah.
him. And
Which
rightfully so.
the most
Um
supportive parents ever. That's fucking so awesome. Like
I just I always thought that was really, really funny.
I
Like
wish my mama would come to wrestling shows and boo me as a wrestler.
yeah.
Like I wish she would. Like that'd be great. Like who's that? Who's
uh
that old lady that keeps booing you? My mother.
my mom. I
Kind of a
can't even
fucking
get
pain
over
in the
with my
ass, huh?
mom.
Like, I can't even get over my parents. Like they hate me.
But yeah, that one came to mind too. I wanted to make sure I got that one in there.
For sure. My next one, surprise, bitch. Nyla Rose is one of the funniest things on AEW television when she's on it.
Girl. Oh my
She is
God.
absolutely the best social media follow out of everybody in AEW.
Yes.
Um,
Conclusively.
but
Yes.
but funny on television at every chance she gets. And the surprise, bitch, like it was on two. I'm pretty sure two separate occasions because I think one was Britt Baker, and I think the other was like Paige or something,
I think it was Jade Cargill.
or Jade Cargill maybe.
But
Yeah,
I
but
think it
she
was
just
during the
like
the
out
run
of
that she had
nowhere.
for the TBS style where she stole the belt.
Yeah, she stole the belt, and yeah, but yeah, the surprise bitch thing had me dying. Like
She
that
just says it with
shit
such
killed me.
conviction.
Yeah,
Surprise,
and
bitch.
it was a surprise because I mean she just come from out of frame and just
Yep.
surprise bitch pop. Like it.
And oh, do you remember Britt Baker's championship celebration where there were like Big Macs all over the freaking table or Whoppers
Yeah,
or whatever they were? And
yeah,
Nyla's just like, oh, don't mind if I do.
yeah. She,
And then she flips the table at the end, I think, because Britt just insulted the entire division. Uh,
but yeah, dude, Nyla
she's a
Rose is
gem.
a gem, a total gem, and hilarious. And if you don't think she's hilarious, follow her on any social media. And you will see that she is
Yep.
fucking funny. Um,
Also thirsty as hell.
yeah,
Like
I'm not gonna get into that,
thirsty.
but yeah, that too. But we will we will also say funny, and that's where I'll stay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
Uh when I think of funny moments, one thing that immediately comes to mind for AEW is the initial uh Stadium Stampede match. Just the whole thing is absolutely ludicrous. It's absolutely nuts. You start out with like they're in they're in the middle of the Jacksonville, stadium. There's nobody there except for them, and there's a ring in the middle of the field for no reason. Is the Fox Hunt anywhere fair? Why is there a ring at
Why
all?
is there
Why do
even
we
a ring at
need one
all?
at
Yeah.
all? What is the point of this other than to be silly and ridiculous? I respect that. Then you have the inner circle come out and they're all like dressed like football players. They all come out and they've got the cheerleaders and the whole thing. And then you've got the elite minus Hangman. You don't know where he is. And eventually he comes out riding a freaking horse and riding all the way across and chasing Sammy Guevara on horseback. And then
The
eventually
fact that Sammy
finding,
Guevara managed to stay ahead of the horse was a feat.
yeah,
Like how
yeah.
he must be fast, man.
He is very
Like,
fast. He later in this match he would outrun a golf cart that was chasing him down that had what was it, Kenny and Broken Matt
oh
Hardy.
yeah, they were like
And
trying like hell to run him over
yeah,
too.
they were on his heels. And the best part about that too was Bryce was trying to keep up with them. Like,
Yeah, he's like running behind him. Like,
it's like,
dude,
wait
what's
for
funny to me
me.
is that like I'm pretty sure if they would have caught Sammy Guevara with that golf cart, they would have ran him over with
Oh,
it.
they would have.
Like
Absolutely,
100%,
100%.
100%.
100%.
Like you better run, man, because we're coming.
There
I
was
can
there
just
was
see
the
that
part
discussion
where
backstage, like turn your head, grit your teeth.
it was the part where I think it was in this one. I don't think it was in the second one. It was uh Jericho gives the Judas effect to the mascot,
Hmm.
which I don't know why, but that popped me so hard.
I wonder who was in the
Like it's
mascot
like
uniform.
take that. Like, um there was where Hangman he finds himself at the bar after he can't find Sammy anymore. And then he and Omega they share a drink together. They've been kind of like frictiony, but not broken up yet. They've been frictiony, and so they share a drink, but with Kenny, it's this huge glass of milk.
Dude, he always drinks milk with everybody. Like, I guess he doesn't drink
He doesn't drink,
alcohol.
so
Yeah,
yeah. I
and
mean,
neither do the Bucks. Like, they're always drinking cokes when they do stuff like that.
yeah,
Like, I remember that. Like, that was one of the funny moments I was thinking of because, like, they did that toast in the middle of the ring with the four elite members, and like
yep,
the Young Bucks each had a Coke, and Kenny
yeah,
has like a half a gallon of fucking milk,
yeah,
and like
and he
chugs
drinks
the
like all
whole
of it. He's like,
goddamn
blah, blah, blah,
thing.
blah, blah. Yeah.
He's like,
I think my favorite part of this match though was Santana and Ortiz have Matt Hardy, and they corner him in one of the upper suites where there's like a little hot tub, right?
mhm.
Or a swimming pool or something, and it's not very deep, like at all. I don't think it has a deep end. But Ortiz is all like, I can't swim, man. I'm not getting it. So he uses the ladder to get into there. He doesn't just jump down in there. He's like gingerly going down. And then they try to drown Matt Hardy. But
Mhm.
like every time they bring him back up, it's a different version of Matt Hardy because apparently that pool has been filled with water from the Lake of Reincarnation. So he goes, they dunk him again, and he's a different version of Matt Hardy from his entire career. I just about
Oh yeah, yeah, because he was
lost it.
dunking him and like he dunked him and he came up. He's like delete, delete, delete. And he dunked him again. He came,
His version one,
yeah, he
and
come
then
back up with
his,
like version
yeah, he
one.
even had
Yeah,
a matter of fact like to go along with it. Like there was a like the original Hardy Boys thing with the fishnets and the whole deal. Like,
yeah.
oh, like it
She
was
was hilarious, man. Yeah,
hilarious. That whole thing was a product of the fact that they couldn't do Anarchy in the Arena like they wanted to, like they initially thought, because there was nobody around because the world was on lockdown. So they
yeah,
did the next best thing. Tony, his family owns the Jacksonville Jaguars and it's gonna be empty. So why don't we just do essentially the same thing in a football stadium? That's even bigger, right? You don't have to
yeah.
worry about hurting any of the fans in the crowd because they ain't gonna be any.
Yep.
And there's actually more to do because it's a stadium. There's more room, there's more perks, there's more amenities, there's stuff you can do. There's a bar. You can do like
Yeah.
anything that you wanted. You could even, in fact, ride a horse through the halls. JR is on commentary when he can't find Sammy Guevara. And he turns to Tony and is like, "Hey, Tony, like, yeah, if I ever get lost, don't have Hangman find me." Like it was just the whole thing is just oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. I need to watch that match again. It's indelible in my mind, but I need to go watch that match again.
Um, my last thing that I want to highlight is probably the funniest thing in AEW, and for sure the person who has said the worst shit on AEW television in a way that only she can, and it's fucking Tony Storm.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's gonna beat
Um,
Tony Storm.
let me say this right up front, okay? If you actually listen to all of Tony Storm's promos and listen to actually what she said, and in some cases know what some of that old school terminology means, Tony Storm has 100% been the person who said the worst shit on AEW television. No questions asked. She has said some shit that will make your grandmama blush, even if your grandmama one of them squirters with the plastic on the furniture. All right.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, like Tony Storm has 100% said the worst shit on AEW television, but she also has said the funniest shit on AEW television. And most of that crosses over with one another.
Yes, as you can
Um,
see.
but yeah, Tony Storm, 100%, especially since becoming Timeless Tony Storm, mostly exclusively as Timeless Tony Storm, is the funniest thing on AEW television week after week. Anytime she picks up a mic, it's funny. It's a good time. It's goofy as shit. This whole fucking this whole gimmick is goofy as shit. Okay,
Yeah.
but like that makes it funny. But then she goes overboard by obviously studying the lingo of the people she's imitating and using that to say the most salacious shit that she can
Yeah.
possibly say. Stuff that definitely would have gotten her taken off of TV in any of the eras that she is imitating.
Hmm.
Things that like they would the fucking FCC would have made Tony Khan fire her in the 50s or the
I mean, that's
60s
why.
or the
I mean,
70s.
she still walks the line to the point where really the biggest nuggets of gold from that are mined from these pressers after pay-per-views
Oh gosh, the
where
shit she does
nobody's
during the
censoring
pressers.
anything.
Yeah, they can where they can't censor her. Oh man,
Yeah.
like, and of course they don't have to worry about that being on TV. That shit's on YouTube, and so they can pretty much say whatever they want. YouTube's not going to
Oh,
not monetize them. They get millions of views.
yeah.
YouTube's going to
And
leave them the hell alone. So
how
Tony
many
Storm can
times
be
has she
filthy.
how many times has she made Tony Schiavone blush? How
So
many
many. I'm sure
how
he's
many
lost
times has
count.
she made Tony Khan break down and just like shrug his shoulders?
Dude, how many times? Yeah, yeah. How many times is Tony Khan like they're sitting next to each other in a presser, and he's just like, why do I keep giving her a fucking microphone?
Oh, you know why. You can't fool us, Tony.
Like, no, he's definitely like he might like know that she deserves to have that microphone, but there's definitely at least part of his businessman brain that is like, why do I keep doing this to myself?
Yeah.
Like, there's definitely a part of him that's thinking that, whether he's all for it or not, there's part of it like in his business brain. There's got
Yeah.
to be at least a little compartment that's like, why do I keep doing this to myself?
She's had
But at the same time,
so many funny moments. I think my favorite, it's probably not her best, but I think the one that tickles me the most and it just lodged in my brain is the one the one, the one where she claims that she had a short affair with Stan Hansen. You know, he gave me a lariat and it wasn't with his arm.
yeah, just insinuating that Stan Hansen has a freaking rope length elephant trunk of a dick. Like, which, if you've ever met Stan Hansen in person, and I have, he's an absolutely a giant of a man. He might have a rope long elephant thickness dick. Like, he's huge. Um,
Oh,
so yeah, like
oh,
I don't know, but
she's wonderful.
she is great, isn't she? Like, she's just the best.
So good.
She's like so fun and just like part of the reason why I stay interested for sure. But she is just fun and goofy, and I mean, Remember when she like took the short break and she was like, "I have a torn labia."
Yeah, I was like, oh,
Like, oh,
that's
well, thanks for
uh
letting us know.
yeah, that was unnecessary
Go
information.
juice,
Go
fucking hammer.
ice that down. I don't think I'm gonna beat that.
Oh man,
Uh Aaron is speechless. I don't think I'm gonna beat that. That's
no,
probably where we
probably
should
not.
send it home.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. So that was our favorite funny moments at AEW.
And there are so many more, but
There are so
we
many more. If you
we've only
haven't
got so much
watched,
time.
for those of you who haven't seen some of the stuff we're talking about, like really go on Max, watch the beginning of AEW, watch all the old pay-per-views, like just watch this shit, man.
Yeah.
It if you're like me and you're a completionist weirdo, because I am one of those people. I am like I did not watch a lot of this stuff when it first came on, and so I am slowly making my way through it because I'm a completionist weirdo. But also, like some things have become clearer to me as to why they're occurring now, or what with the current product, because AEW does quite often follow its own lore, and I mean, just like I'm watching like the whole Alien series right now
Yeah.
in chronological order based on when the movie or show took place, and
Ah.
not like
In universe
release order.
chronology.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
universe chronology. So I'm doing that right now, which, if you believe it or not, begins with Alien versus Predator because it takes place in 2004 and it's the very first chronological movie
Yep.
in the series. Even though I don't know, I think somewhere along the line down further, the xenomorphs are created in that timeline. Um, but in like Rick or in like Prometheus or something like that. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm still not too familiar. I'm watching that right now because I want to be familiar. But I'm a completionist weirdo, so I'm watching it all just like I'm doing with AEW. And AEW is really informed by a lot of its own past. That yes, there is shit that goes on in AEW that was bred out of something that happened in New Japan, or that happened in DDT, or that happened sometimes in WWE or somewhere else like that. But for the majority of things, AEW follows its own lore. And so
Yeah.
watching those old shows, especially if you like history and you're a completionist weirdo like me, and your flavor of autism is completionism,
Yeah.
um, go watch that shit. It's fun. It's fun. It's funny. There's a lot of like back when it was still like new in the honeymoon phase. There's a lot of exceptionally funny shit because they didn't care. They could get away with whatever. They were testing the
And they
water.
always had BTEs to supplement it too.
Yeah. Which I don't know if I would recommend going that far as to like going and watching all the BTE that goes along with it,
A
but I
lot of
mean,
content.
it's a lot. Yeah, because that turns it into a lot of content, but yeah, go back and
Although
watch the old shit.
that's where the ass boys came from though.
That's true. That's true.
You may want to
So
watch it for that alone.
yeah,
I miss Danhausen.
I miss Danhausen too, and
He needs to be cursing everybody.
yeah, well, he will be soon somewhere
Yeah,
else, uh,
probably.
somewhere that I don't watch, unfortunately. And cool, he's gonna have a job because
Yeah, I want him to have a
he's friends with
job.
CM Punk. But
Yeah.
I think they're going to use him great. If he goes against Mister Iguana, I will tune in just for that. But other than
That
that,
will
I'll
be
leave it
funny, I
alone.
bet.
I'll
Yeah.
leave it alone. Other than that, but that's probably what's about to happen. It sucks that they didn't keep using him in IEW. I don't understand that. He was one of the funniest parts of it
All
too.
you didn't even need to have him wrestle. All you need to do was
Show
have
up
him
and curse
curse,
somebody once in a
show up,
while.
curse some people, and maybe host a talking segment.
Yeah,
Like he always described his character as a cross between or what would happen if Conan O'Brien was possessed by a demon. So why not play into the Conan part and have him host a little talk show?
yeah, that would work.
Like
He's
it
hilarious
makes
in interviews.
he
So
is
yeah, that
like you
one
never
cultural
know
with the
what he's
big
gonna
hat was
say.
fucking hilarious.
You never know what he's gonna say. Like
Yeah,
have him do that, have him build up, even if and part of his gimmick is being so brazen about his motivation. Like, oh, I do this to get the human monies. Like
yeah.
these
It's
teeth.
part of the
Oh,
gimmick. Like I do this for
yeah,
money.
Yeah, like
As do we
so
all.
if he's asked why he did this little talk show, be like, I wanted to have my friends on so that I can get on the pay-per-view by helping that by getting them into situations where they're going to be in heated situations that have to resolve on a pay-per-view. This is the whole reason.
Yeah.
They get
So
helped
I can
out
get
because they
human
get a
monies
pay
and a
show.
blimp.
Yes. So, we all get paid. This is the deal. Like he can be open about it because the gimmick allows for that.
Yeah.
And he can be funny about it and deliver it in such a way that people don't get annoyed by it.
Yeah.
And it can still work every time with the heels always falling for it
Yeah.
because heels are naturally antagonistic anyway. So like it just I don't know why they to me it's so obvious. It's
Yeah.
so obvious. If they do that, like they should just do that in NXT. Have him be like the creature that lurks around in Full Sail, like or
Yeah.
wherever they. I mean, they're not at Full Sail anymore, are they? Wherever
I
they
think
are,
they are
the
still, but
Performance Center or whatever.
oh yeah,
Like,
Performance Center. Yeah.
like, just have him be like the creature that lurks around in the boiler room or whatever, and occasionally comes out to curse somebody. Who cares?
Yeah.
His career is going to last a lot longer if he doesn't have to take those bumps anyway.
True. That's true.
As long
But
as
yeah.
he can talk, as long as he can play the character, he'll have a job. Like, I don't understand why he feels the need to get around and bump in the ring. Apparently, that's like a big thing. He wants to wrestle more. I'm like, why? You're getting over as a character in the business anyway without having to put your body through the wear and tear.
Yeah.
Please continue to do what you're doing. Don't wrestle. Take a few bumps here and there if you want to accompany somebody to the ring. But, like, why do that to yourself? If you
Yeah.
don't have to. Most people in the business have to. You don't. You have a gift. So take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But yeah,
we do miss you,
that's our
Danhausen.
yeah, we missed Danhausen, and that's our funny AEW stuff, and that's our show for the week. So thank you everybody for listening. Thank you for being here with us. It's a tough world out there, so keep your head up, and we love
What a story.
you. Peace.
Peace.